I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
If you want to be a wise guy, you can do it anyway. If you want to be a strong man, you can do it anyway. If you want to be an Indian chief, cowboy, you can do it in the ring. You can't do it in the mall.
The most electrifying line in sports entertainment today. If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Beat me if you can. Survive if I let you.
I'm figuring and thinking there's nothing gonna stop my Showman Randy Savage now. I'm the man. I'm the icon. And yes, you can't bow. I am God.
The number one show on the net that leads to the best in your head like Goldberg Net. For the punks and the perverts, this is how it works with Terry Funk and Max Baker. Check Ishman and Barney, they got the cheap heat, so sit back and have a seat. They got questions from the fans, and your head is the man from Australia to Japan.
Check down the road, old kid master. Back strokes up the Mississippi.
We are bigger. We are faster. And we are all night long. All you idiots, punks, perverts, and fools, be sure and tune in and listen to this show.
All right, and we're live here once again at In Your Head Wrestling Radio. I'm the internet icon, the pride of the pilgrims, the most honest man in all of podcasting, handsome Jackie Jones, along with my right-hand man, my audio soulmate and the enforcer of the Headyverse.
I'm 1 inch biceps, the power goat. Boss baby, king of all the marks, and the man who tells you what to do.
Damn.
Yes, that is
Wearing
me.
my Moxley jacket, my Moxley bomber jacket. He's just won the what is it, the IWGP or the New Japan, one of these titles. First person to ever win that WWE world title and AEW world title.
Triple crowner.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations to John Moxley.
Yeah, multiple time guest here on the show. I've been a big fan. And you can usually tell the people online who hate him why when they just use the same quotes from, a famous podcaster, former manager. Because he never had this giant group that hate him. He was always pretty much either really liked or, no one hated the dude. And ever since the Indies had a big following, was super over in WWE and NXT, the Shield, AEW. So and if you don't like him, that's fine. You should like whoever you like. But if you act like everyone else hates him, that's just incorrect.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very weird to me.
Insanity.
Yes.
Jackie Jones.
Jackson says more titles than AEW, but not exactly, because from what I've read, he's actually going to take time off from AEW to be defending this belt in Japan.
Is he just going to leave Renee all alone over in AEW?
Maybe. She seemed to be really excited to be at the show when he won.
Oh, she was there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
She seemed awful unexcited to be a part of Will Ospreay's promo, and I'm thinking, isn't she married to John Moxley, or was that just? I'm sure he's done some pretty controversial things. Has he? I don't know if he's ever claimed that somebody was in a position that they were in because they were grinding on the boss's daughter. But I'm sure he's done some pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say up front, everyone knows I'm a big AEW fan.
Yeah.
But last week's show, my God, had some of the had the cringiest segment ever in AEW history. And
Cringiest?
so it was just absolutely rotten. One of the worst things I've ever seen in a wrestling company do. When they show, we were wondering how. I didn't think there would be there would have been any positives to showing the Punk footage, but I never thought I just assumed there must be something to it for them to show it. And then they showed it, and I was like, my God, why on earth did they show that? Like, it just made everyone involved look like just giant pussies. And I don't know who in there, didn't someone like, there's no benefit to show this? Like, what are we going to gain out of this? Like, no one looks like, it doesn't prove Punk wrong. It doesn't make any of our guys look great.
I don't necessarily agree with it. I do think it shows that he was the aggressor.
Who gives a fuck? It's professional wrestling. There was minor little scuffle backstage. It was way less than I even expected it to be.
There was one man who gave a fuck, and that was Tony Khan, because he felt
it makes him look like a giant fucking pussy.
He felt he was being dishonest in the interview that he gave with Ariel Helwani.
I think it happened exactly how Punk said.
He just said he started choking him. He shoved him, and he started choking him after that.
Guys get into a minor scuffle backstage. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, apparently a lot of people do give a shit, because it's all that people talked about after All In. I mean,
because you didn't see it. You just heard about it. So you're like, oh my God, what the hell happened? Then you see it and you're like, this is what they were all going crazy about?
Well, it was pretty, and they did bring that up in the promo with the Young Bucks. They said it was like high school stuff
on AEW.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out until I was out, because I was there live in the audience, and they started playing the clip, and everybody in the arena started chanting CM Punk, and I was like, oh, this isn't good. This is not what this is not the reaction I think they're going to hope for. But I guess we'll see how it plays out.
Man, I'm a big 8, but boy, this even made me like, I watched it, and sometimes I can jump to, I get worked up easy and stuff. Then after a while, I think about, like, is it that big of a deal? But I think this was so bad, and AEW right now has a bad perception, and they need to get out of that. And this was the exact wrong thing to do. I think people who don't like AEW, this justifies them, and people are kind of in the middle. I think they're like, wow, this is like really lame. This is really worsened their perception, even worse than it has been.
I think where they went wrong was showing it on TV and going for the ratings. I think if they just put it on their website or social media,
would have never showed it.
Well, apparently it was important to Tony, because that's why they showed.
Well, I think that's a problem that he sees that and he thinks, wow, people are they're gonna see that and be like, wow, that Punk guy. But if you're a wrestling fan and you would get that offended over two grown guys like doing nothing, like a little shoving each other a little bit, like what kind of wrestling fan is gonna see that and be like, whoa, Nelly, I'm not going to watch that anymore?
Well, Jack never shoved him. I mean, Jack never really did anything, really.
Yeah, well, that's not true. He trolled them for weeks, and on live pay-per-view.
He didn't troll him. It was just that very show. He said,
that's trolling.
Real glass, cry me a river.
That's trolling.
And Punk came up to him afterwards. So
yeah, good.
But I do feel CM Punk is in the wrong. I mean,
I don't. Now, should you put your hand on somebody? I guess not.
that's the
But
part I mean that he's in the wrong. I mean, you
who
can't
gives
say
a
you
fuck?
don't agree
If
with
you're
me.
if you're gonna be a total idiot, he was at ramp at collision.
Who's
He was
the more of an
collision.
idiot? The person who puts his
Jungle
hands
Boy.
on somebody else or Jungle Boy?
I say Jungle Boy.
I say CM Punk was more of an idiot because he put his hand.
Okay,
He started a fight.
okay, if you were face to face with a blue guy who trolled you
Mhm.
online and stuff, and you hit him or choked him or shoved him, would that be wrong? Maybe. Would I care? No. Would I feel bad for the blue guy? No. This is the same way. Should he have shoved him slightly? No. Do I feel bad for Jungle Boy? No. Can I see why he would do that? Absolutely. Should someone get fired for that? Absolutely not. It was absolutely nothing. Now I think the firing is a culmination of everything that these people, this whole groups don't get along. But the actual event is nothing. And I've heard wrestlers talk, people who I consider rational, like Lance Storm, who said he's seen far worse things. Like this was nothing. Even Kenny Omega, who I respect him anyway, but I always heard that he was willing to work with Punk and vice versa. And he did an interview, and he said him and Punk talked. I think it was at that show,
Yeah.
and like there's no ill will between them. And he even said that sometimes athletes and grown men and stuff, you don't see eye to eye and you get into a little fight, and he doesn't see that as a big deal. And I was like, I agree with Kenny Omega.
Mhm. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I just don't think you should
You're always talking
be
about punching
making
people.
things physical. Yeah, but I don't do it. I'm just threatening a little bit. That's a professional thing to do. Just make them think that you're going to. No, I'm just saying. I have had experiences in the work field where people have laid their hands on me, and it's not necessarily
Yeah, but you're not a
good
professional
feeling.
wrestler or an athlete. It's not the same as like if you're an accountant or working
Still,
in an
though,
office or something.
even
I don't
people
agree.
even people in the backstage who are just working on a show, they could
Yeah,
think
but
like,
these
well,
are
what if
two
I
wrestlers.
make this guy a little angry? Is he going to start shoving and pushing on me? I mean,
He has no history of ever doing that.
he has 2 occasions, well, 3
Yeah, with
occasions that
other
I can think of.
wrestlers, not just some guy, not just some random employee.
Well, I mean, it makes him into like a loose cannon of sorts. I mean, you don't know how he's going to treat people. I mean, somebody could say something. I mean,
This to me, I'm no
somebody
alpha
could be
male or anything like
singing.
this, but this feeds into people who, for years, say they don't watch wrestling today, modern wrestling, because everyone's weak and all this stuff. To me, this is an example, and if you thought that, you'd watch this like, God, these guys are a bunch of weak beta males or whatever you want to say. If anyone was threatened or feared for their life for that, or thought that was a big deal, it was nothing.
Well,
Showing it,
if a crew member,
they looked like total shit.
well, you could tell who everybody was, though. I mean, so I thought it was going to be really grainy footage, and you wouldn't be able to even really tell who was who, but it was pretty clear. But maybe if a crew member was walking around and they were just like singing their favorite song, like "Cry Me a River," and then like Punk would just take it the wrong way, and he'd be like, "What the hell are you singing?"
Now they're gonna get people chanting CM Punk at all the shows.
More than likely,
They gotta
it already happened when they started playing the footage in the arena. That was a huge chant for CM Punk, and I guess they cut that audio out, and you didn't
it was
hear
totally
anything.
yeah. And then Jungle Boy was on that Japanese show, and he super over, like a super heel. I think it was in Chicago, and that's all well and good. But so you bring him back? I assume he's coming back to AEW since they mentioned the scapegoat and all stuff. So he's going to come out, and he's going to be a heel because he's the guy who fought and trolled Punk, or not even fought. He got pushed by Punk. what? How is it? How does this make him a good character for your show? He's a guy who backed down and got pushed a little bit.
Yeah, I
And
don't
then they're chanting for
understand.
guys not even in the company. There's going to be no payoff because he can't wrestle the guys not even there.
I mean, I don't understand why they're making it into an angle. I mean, they know the fans are going to say something regardless. I mean, they know that he's going to, when he comes back, they know the fans are going to be chanting CM Punk. So I guess it's just a way to try to smooth that over. And he showed up on the New Japan show with a jacket that had the Cry Me a River on the back of it. So I thought
That's
that was
another
kind of,
thing. I
that was a
think it's
good step for
pathetic
him.
because I think it's pathetic, the whole Cry Me the River stuff. Because to me, they're the big crybabies. The AEW, Tony Khan, and I try to always put him over, but they come off like total bitches. They're the ones that are the crybabies. The other guy's freaking is a huge star on WWE.
Yeah, I don't necessarily agree with Tony Khan looking like a crybaby. I just
Looks
think
like a total bitch.
I think he wanted to set the record straight. I mean, that's standing up for himself. He felt like what he said in that interview wasn't correct. So he said, well, I have the footage and I'll show it. I mean, that's all there is to that, really.
But they try to shoehorn it into like some angle on the show.
I do
think
disagree with
everyone
that.
involved
Yeah.
looks like a total bitch. The Young Bucks, the Jungle Boy, Tony Khan, and AEW for showing it.
I think it should have been released elsewhere and not gone for the ratings.
I would have
and
never
put it on the
released
show.
it. I don't see what
Well-
possible good it does anyone.
Well, I mean,
Even Meltzer, who's the big AEW cheerleader, said, if I was Punk, I'd just be laughing when they showed that.
I'm curious how he did take it, but
I probably just sat there laughing, like, what the hell are they thinking? Oh my god, so lame. And the angle is horrible. Like I normally like Bucks' heels, but like I thought their promo was just the shit. So
it was.
How does it help them at all?
Like if you take a piece of footage like this and you're like trying to work it into the show, there's like no good way to work it into the show. I mean, it was really shoehorned in, and just that they think that FTR was friends with CM Punk, so he went and had a fight behind the scenes to distract them.
Yeah, and they weren't even there.
It didn't really work.
And so now your babyface team are guys fighting for the rights of Punk, and then your heel guys are the guys who are anti-Punk. So you're on your own show where you're trying to belittle Punk, but you have the heels against Punk and you have the baby faces on the side of Punk. So you're first telling your fan base that Punk's an asshole and he's a piece of and he's uncontrollable, all stuff, which probably would be a good thing in wrestling for a character. But you want them to hate Punk, but you have your top babyface team align with Punk. So I guess you want them to hate them, or you want them to cheer Punk because they're associated with him. Makes no sense. And then you've got your top heels, and I guess you're going to bring Jungle Boy in as a heel, and they're anti-Punk, even though you're telling your audience to hate Punk. So, but you have your heels against him. So, in theory, they should be the baby faces. It makes no sense. You're telling your audience to both not like Punk, but also like the guys with Punk and dislike the guys against Punk.
Yeah. It psychology wise, it doesn't really work out. I mean, but I will say if the Young Bucks want to be unpopular, it definitely didn't help in the arena that night, because I felt like when they came out for the run-in that people were very like sour to them. I mean,
they have a good heel reaction anyway before this.
Yeah, I don't know if it was good heat though.
I don't think this is good. I don't think, and I saw people. It wasn't even that big of a ratings jump. Was a little bit, And,
Yeah, I was curious how much, if at all, it wasn't even that much.
Yeah, and there's no way of knowing like it was because of that. I mean, it probably was, but again, like it can range a couple 100,000 week to week anyway. So it might have just did this anyway. It didn't do anything giant. It wasn't like it doubled the ratings or anything like that.
Yeah.
And
I kind
I
of felt
think
like
it
it
did a
would
huge
have.
negative because
Yeah, I
I would
felt
say
like
90% of the people are talking about it in a bad way.
well, beforehand, I felt like it would have bumped the ratings up a good bit, but now that I know that it didn't even bump it up that much, it probably was a detriment to. I mean, it was a detriment to the company, and they probably shouldn't have showed it on the show. They shouldn't have showed it on the show, I should say. But yeah, that's a shame. They didn't even get the ratings they wanted.
Okay. Okay, let's say this is true. Alvarez said the footage proved Punk lied in the interview with Ariel because Punk said Samoa Joe said stop, and that is what caused him to let Perry go, where the video showed pulling them apart. Who gives a flying fuck? You think anyone at home would watch him like, aha, I hate Punk now, and I'm not going to watch WWE because Punk said, Joe told them, who cares?
Yeah. Well, I do think Punk was a little.
And that is also
he
true.
was trying.
How does Alvarez know Joe did not say stop? There was no audio.
Yeah, there was no audio. Yeah. That's true. I wish there was audio because I mean, at least we would have heard what Jack Perry said to Punk if he did, in fact, say, "What are you going to do about it?" Because that's been the reports that we've heard.
Yeah.
And
I think he's kind of like a
I
troll.
mean, and I think that would have justified Punk if he did say, like, "What are you going to do about it?" To an extent. I mean,
yeah, I think it does. Look, he didn't just beat the shit out of him or something. He pushed him a little bit, and Big.
I'm not sure where it was going to go from there. It didn't look like he was very happy with him at the time. I mean,
I do not see where Punk lied. I agree with Gogo.
Well, he was sugarcoating
like so minor. Like
he was sugarcoating it when he was answering the question. He didn't. He just said, "I did the professional thing," and I
well, I think that was a joke. I did the professional thing, choked him out. But the honestly,
sure
I think everything everyone said about it made it seem like a much bigger deal because I wouldn't even say he choked him out. He just grabbed him in a headlock, and then it's not like if you choke someone out to me that they're passed out.
Yeah, like choking is like you got your hands around their neck, but like
well, in UFC, you could get someone and choke them out. But if you choked them out, they'd tap or they'd be passed out. I mean, it was like a few seconds, and then they were separated, and he wasn't knocked out or nothing. So,
now he did make contact.
The Jericho Goldberg thing was probably worse than this, and I know other fights were worse than this.
Well, he did make contact with one of the monitors, and then he kind of went back, and I guess he was screaming at Tony at that point. That wasn't really visible. I mean, was that what it was? That Tony was scared for his life?
I've always been a fan of Tony's stuff, but I mean, after like a year of and Tony never steps in to stop any of this, like you would be frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have anyone to pick him up. I know he kind of made a joke, but that is pretty lame. You fly to another country and you don't have someone to pick up your stars.
Yeah, I mean,
all the stars, not even one of the main stars, but everyone should have some kind of ride from
that is really poor that they didn't have somebody to pick him up and get him to where they needed to be.
Yeah.
They should have had some sort of transportation or
like Punk. I'm used to using the subway because he talked about using the Chicago whatever they call it there, and I use the T in Boston. So the tube very much is the same thing. So he had that benefit. I had the same benefit because I'm used to using the T.
I thought the doctors advised you not to ride the tube. Your doctors, it's doctor's orders. But I'm done. Anyways.
They totally broke kayfabe because Hook and Joe broke up the fight. Hook and Perry were involved in a bitter feud at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. It's supposed to be wrestling. Like, I don't see you show this on a show, and if there's anyone watching it who does think it's real, which I guess there's not, but in theory, if someone's watching it in real, you'd be like, well, why does it matter if two guys who don't in wrestling are fighting? But I don't know. Pretty
Yeah.
stupid.
Well,
I didn't even think of that.
I was just wondering though, the part that Tony said he was fearing for his life, was that the part or was it?
It was
another
after. It was
part?
after. They say that they didn't show the footage of that.
Okay. There is there footage of that, or they're not releasing that.
Yeah, I agree with this more too. To me, the footage of Punk going after Tony should have been the footage shown if it exists. Punk physically going after Tony would make Punk look bad. Yeah, him going after a non-athlete, a non-wrestler is different than two wrestlers pushing each other. That's no big deal at all.
Tony needs some muscle to take care of his light
look,
work.
you can hate Punk and Cody all you want, and I know Intro does, but to pretend like they're not over is just, it's just you're just wrong. I mean,
well, I don't hate Punk. I do hate Cody.
Yeah,
though.
I'm just saying this is what Tyler said.
Just to
But
clarify.
I mean, he is over. You can't pretend he
Yeah.
isn't. And we want to see legends, not necessarily. I mean, you have to have new guys. I don't want to just see like 60-year-old guys on the show all the time.
Yeah, and the legends are they're kind of dying out, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean,
like it was fun.
It's sad.
Sting, but if Sting was on, if the whole show was Sting, like that wouldn't be very great.
I think Sting knows like he's at the age where he can't come out and just do singles matches, and that's why he wanted to have a tag team partner with Darby.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, guys, these guys are getting old. You can't expect them to.
Yeah, you can't
be wrestling the rest of their lives.
And you can't make a whole promotion on legends.
I mean, Mick Foley was thinking about doing one last match, and now he's backed out of it because
he did.
He's thinking it's a bad idea just based on how he's been reacting to some of the few little bumps that he's taken, and he says so. He's backed out of his final match, unless it's an angle. That's all I know is I've seen the footage where he backed out of it. So saying that he had symptoms that felt like he suffered a concussion just from not even doing a whole lot. So he thought like it wouldn't be good for him to get in the ring and start doing that. But
and the other thing I thought was bad, and this was not as bad as the Punk thing, and I know some people really disagree with me here in the chat, but when they had this Japanese girl and Mariah May, and they did like the kiss, I thought this is the wrong direction. You're trying to make the women important and a big deal. You just signed Monet to a huge contract. This is the exact thing that the women's revolution fought against, to have just like the women are out there just making out. And I saw that. I was like, what are they thinking? This is like putting women's wrestling back like 30 years ago.
I think I'm getting the feeling that it's carrying over something that was done in Stardom. I'm not sure if that's correct or not.
It could be, but again, like none of us knows.
Yeah, I'm really not sure. I think because it feels like it's like something that they're bringing to this program, but it's probably not a good idea because they did do a little thing on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view together, and it does seem kind of strange that they're Mighty Electric.
I honestly kind of felt it was kind of embarrassing to do that, especially when they're really trying to make the women main eventers.
Yeah,
like
and she's already got a few like in the making with being like Tony Storm's protege.
Yeah, it didn't fit with any of that.
It feels like that's kind of something brewing where Tony's not showing up to her matches and kind of being in her own world and not caring about.
But so you started with Ospreay thing. I actually did not have a problem with the Ospreay promo.
I loved it
because Triple H, said something about it. So I don't mind. I actually like it when they talk about each other on TV, but as long as it's something good. Now the only thing is I could say, oh, that's kind of like an old thing they used to say like 20 years ago about Triple H. Whatever, but I didn't have a problem with that.
Well, I guess it started with the Pat McAfee show, and Triple H made a comment about we don't want people in WWE who aren't willing to take on the grind. And I think Will Ospreay took it as Triple H taking a shot at him because he was a recent guy who was talking to WWE, but he felt like going to AEW for a lighter schedule, and he could not uproot his family. He can just fly
there's lots of things that can go into that. And I mean, if you think about this, like, it's kind of just a dumb comment anyway, because it's like, well, why would you, like, I want to work more dates and break my body down more for the same or less money? I mean, well, why would someone do that? It's just kind of stupid.
It's a very
that would
Vince
make
thing.
you a huge mark, wouldn't it?
It seems like a Vince thing that Triple H is kind of carrying over with, to say they don't want people who aren't ready for the grind. You know, like,
I mean, the guy's been wrestling for years. Not like he's he's like,
and that's another thing. If he would have went to WWE, would they have been like, well, you got to start in NXT and do all this stuff? You know, when he's been wrestling for forever, and it's that is one thing that I don't like about WWE is putting them in NXT when they're clearly they're ready. I mean, they don't need to learn WWE's way. I mean, but they did it with Jade Cargill. I mean, they said she wasn't ready. And
well, that's probably someone who could benefit from some time there. I'm a big fan. I've always been a fan of hers. Well, not always. When he first appeared, I thought, oh my God, but she's definitely a star. But I mean, they've sent people down there who's been wrestling for like decades on the around the world and stuff. So it's kind of,
it was really insulting in the past. I mean, I know they wasn't that Adam Cole was sitting there. A bunch of people were sitting there. That
some people never even left there. But
like CM Punk starting in ECW,
right.
Like he's starting on like the minor show.
If he didn't have the, if he didn't have Heyman's though, like, because Heyman really went to bat for me. I don't know. He probably still would have eventually got big because he's just talented. And people, you know, or people like him. You know, he's got the charisma. He's got the it factor that people are drawn to.
Well, I just want to correct something. He didn't start on ECW. He was in OVW for a long time, and then they brought him to ECW. That was like his debut on national
Chris
television.
Hero never even made it out, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he wouldn't have done anything, but never even got the shot.
He was in that piece of footage. I didn't even recognize.
I didn't
Chris
either
Hero.
until he mentioned it.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't know that was Chris.
I didn't know either.
Because he had a polo shirt on and he looked all professional. So
I personally think even guys like Braun Breaker, he definitely should have been in NXT. I understand all that, but I think after a certain point, you should bring him up, especially after he's on the Rumble.
I think he's ready to just be brought up because you got to strike while the pan's hot.
And I think you waste some year because people have a finite time in wrestling. The bump card, as I like to say. So do you really want to waste like 2 or 3 years of this guy in his prime on the C brand?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's this kind of waste. And people improve more working with people on a higher level than to keep wrestling people on your own level. And they never know what they want NXT to be. There's been times where it was like the cool third brand. It was almost like their cool indie. That was at its best pre AEW when they had the best pay-per-views. Everyone looked forward to the NXT pay-per-views. And then after AEW, beat it, then they went back to like NXT 2.0, and it was a straight developmental, and now it seems like they're trying to make it the cool third brand again. So I'm not really sure. I've always thought it's almost like they should have two. They should have NXT, the TV show, and that's where you have like the cool guys that don't necessarily make it on the main show. And then like the actual developmental should just be like maybe untelevised.
Just Vince getting his monkeying around with it and making it NXT 2.0 and all that stuff. That was so bad for that brand. And
I mean,
Vince knew it.
Said the best thing that happened to Baron Corbin is going back to NXT. I mean, maybe he's doing better stuff, but I doubt he's like, man, I really like being on the the developmental show and not being on
Mhm.
pay-per-views and weekly TV. I'm sure it's not good for his paycheck.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. But he needs to be stuck in the NXT.
I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's good, him and Braun Breaker together.
Maybe he has improved. I don't watch NXT, so but maybe they do work good with each other. But the Will Ospreay promo, I thoroughly enjoyed while I was in the arena. And a lot of people said like Renee looked like she didn't want to be there at all when he started it. Did they not like give her any heads up on what he might mention, or
I have no idea. I don't think they
Yeah.
do. I don't think they normally have like scripted promos in AEW, except for Monet's stuff, which seems very scripted. And so we've gone a few weeks now, and I like the initial her in Boston, but and I mentioned this a couple weeks ago, there's something very WWE-esque about her promos and stuff. You can just tell they're scripted, and that's very off-putting to me. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I don't, I stopped watching WWE. I don't really like that in wrestling. And
I think
her segments, they just seem very overproduced to me.
Yeah. I think they're missing their mark with shock value. Like Mercedes Monet's here, and look, she's taking on this person. They're kind of
we haven't
wasting
seen
that.
anything yet.
Yeah. We need something where it's like, oh, I know she's been promised a title shot, but we need to have a good feud being built up.
I don't have an
right
issue
from the
with her
get-go.
getting a title shot, but they do the weekly ratings. So you can't have these weekly ratings and then someone who's not even had a match is getting a title shot. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
You're saying that she should build up to the title shot, or I'm sorry,
Well,
what was that?
So AEW does weekly ratings saying who's the top, 5 for a title shot in all the categories, women's, tags, singles. If you're going to do that, you can't then have someone get a title shot who's never even had a match, because how would they be ranked? That doesn't make any sense.
Oh, those ratings, the rankings, they need to just forget about all that. That's too complicated for professional wrestling. You can do that with a real sport. You can't do that in professional wrestling.
I understand this, Jackson, but they're not good because Jackson, people listening, not watching. AEW hired Mercedes Moné, scriptwriter from WWE. She's not good at unscripted promos, but it sticks out like a sore thumb that her stuff is scripted and feels like a WWE promo, but it's on a show where the other stuff's not scripted, and it just comes off completely out of place if you've not seen it. Especially the backstage stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she might have to go out of her comfort zone and try to develop some skills.
Back in the day when you had the territories and you'd go to a different territory, like you'd have to, you brought some of your stuff from this other place, but you'd also have to, like, if I'm working in Memphis, they have comedy and stuff. You have to know how to work somewhere else.
Yeah, well,
that's what killed what killed Mark Marrow, because he knew how to work one style as Johnny B. Bad, where they actually would go over the whole match beforehand. He goes to WWE, and they don't work that way, and he failed.
We're just going to have to send her to Ring of Honor, and where she can develop some of her promo skills.
Or just find a way, give her bullet. I mean, she's a professional. Yeah. I'm sure she could find a way to make it seem less. Her first promo seemed less produced, but these stuff lately, it's just so overproduced. It's really stuff I don't really like in wrestling.
Yes, sir.
John, if Dynamite airs 43 more episodes, it will have outlived WCW Nitro. That is crazy.
That is,
in my mind, Nitro was on forever, but I guess not.
Jeez, yeah. I mean, it seems like when they started up in 95, right?
Was that when the first Nitro was? So, and it only went
to 2000. It was 95. And then they went to the 2000s. How's that even possible?
Well, just the 2000, wasn't it, or 2001?
Yeah, well, it ended in 2000. I know that.
Yeah,
Or was it 99?
7 seasons. Yeah, 95 it started. 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. One. So yeah, it must have ended in 2001.
2001.
Yeah. It
I don't
ended
see
in
how that's possible.
March of 2001.
And then like every Monday? I mean,
Yeah. That's 7
Oh.
years, and AEW started,
mean-
5 years ago?
it's.
I mean, that's
it was-
almost
has
a
it
year's
been 5
worth
years?
of episodes. AEW Dynamite.
I thought it's only been like 3 or 4.
No, we're in the 6th season of Dynamite. So yeah, next year's the 7th season.
Huh. Yeah, that is insane. I'm sorry I doubted you there, Jobs.
Yeah. Wow, time does
My
fly by
apologies.
here.
God, it just didn't seem like that long.
No. Damn.
That's crazy. Now I feel old.
Yeah.
We've been doing this show the entire time too.
So I actually been thinking, because I don't like to just be the Mr. Negative guy. How does AEW, how do they change their perception? And like, you could hire all these different wrestlers and all this different thing. But I think actually one thing that they could do that would change your perception, and actually I think would make the show better, is something a lot of people have always wanted, and that is Tony Khan to hire a booker, or whatever you call it, booker, writer, whatever. So I think if he would actually publicly announce they hire blah 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 as the new writer, I would actually have multiple ones for different shows, like someone doing Rampage, whatever. And he could. I'm not saying get rid of Tony Khan, because I see people saying Tony Khan should sell the company. That I think that's stupid. But he could hire someone else, because a big issue is there aren't a lot of storylines that you're interested in. There's great matches.
Yeah.
And if you had build to those great matches, it would just make the matches mean more. It's not a detriment. It's not even either or. It's not either we have to have good storylines or good matches. You can have both. In fact, that's what you want. You want, and I'm not saying they have to be, super soap opera, silly, whatever, but just, feuds that make you interested in seeing the match.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think hiring Jim Cornette or Kevin Sullivan or Dirty Dutch Mantel, anyone like some guy past 50 or past 60, I don't think that's a good idea at all. But if you would announce, like, okay, when Brian Danielson, when he retires, he's actually going to be the new head of creative for Dynamite or something. I think that would help the perception of the show. Someone that fans respect, and I don't think you, like I said, not a real old guy Cornette or something like that. And I think it would also help the show. And Tony can be completely involved, but I just think he does need someone to help, set up feuds and have weekly stories, and to keep like people's momentum, to showcase people like weekly, because sometimes you see a guy and you don't see him for months, and then when you see him, you don't really care. And I think they need like I wouldn't do like a hard brand split, but I really liked when Collision first started and they had a core group of guys that you saw every week. There was something about that, and you can follow them. And I think if they did that on both shows, they had like a core group of guys you see every week on Dynamite and Collision. But don't say it's a brand split. Just, these are the guys you see every week, and then you can mix them up. But,
don't recognize it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if somebody wants to go to the other show one week, it's not a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
It could help. It could definitely help. I do think they are lacking in the storyline department, and they have great matches, but the stories, I think, bring the people in more so, because the match is the payoff to the story.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, because I see people argue like, I don't care. It's like, do you really? If you don't care at all about the match, why would you ever watch a pay-per-view? Because a pay-per-view has always been the culmination of all the stories, and you see the matches.
I think
I know, like Disco had said he used to fast forward over the matches, Disco Inferno, and I used to think, like, what would you even watch? Like, you would only watch the promo, so you could watch like those old shows in like a couple minutes because they were almost all just matches, and a pay-per-view. Like, what would you even watch on it?
I think Jonathan Jackson here in the chat room, he brings up a questionable statement. He says, bring in Brian Lass. He has a mind for the business. Said no one ever. Yeah. Nobody ever said that, Jack.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah.
What's a mark? I mean, I do. It's like, we got up here, Tony Khan's a mark. I don't think that's like a guy who grew up being a wrestling fan is good. I can't imagine any other thing you'd watch if you watch a movie or TV show, or if you watch football, real sport, and you'd be like, I only want to watch movies made by people who grew up hating movies. I don't want to watch, that's Spielberg. He's just a movie mark. He grew up, fuck that guy. Or I want someone to coach the NBA who's never watched basketball. I mean, it's just like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Spielberg's out there hot shotting some Schindler's List.
I mean, that's what we have in it. This does actually hurt AEW, is the WWE without, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing for me. I'm more likely to watch WWE and support it now that Vince McMahon's out there, and Triple H, a guy who loves wrestling and is running it. But unfortunately, it does hurt AEW because a lot of the people who, WWE was really, really bad for several years.
Oh, extremely bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm so grateful for Tony Khan to make another company.
Yeah, agreed.
Oh my gosh, it was awful.
Yeah, there's another thing, Golgo, and I said this on the show, like Cornette and that's not the right thing, but Cornette and Heyman were huge fans. Cornette was both of them did the newsletters, like a fan newsletters, and they didn't have the internet when they were kids, but if they did, I mean, they would have totally been guys on all the message boards.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this was even nerdier than a message board, sending out like actual, like printing out newsletters and sending them out to your fellow.
You'd have to leave your house. You'd have to go to the post office just to have correspondence with people.
Yeah.
So, but Jason Raider Dre's comment, since we brought it up, we don't want to just skate over it. He said, Jason Jordan, I hear, helps book a lot of WWE shows. If I'm AEW, I'd talk to him when it's contract time. Jason Jordan.
I don't know, man. I mean, he produces the matches, but I don't know if I'd be like, man, I need Jason Jordan.
I think Paul Heyman's got to be involved more than he's letting on as far as storylines, especially when it comes to the bloodline.
Yeah, I don't think Jason Jordan books anything. I think he's a producer for matches.
He could be a great mind for the business, and we just don't know.
Oh, another guy actually would be good was the guy that TNA just fired.
Scott D'Amore.
I'm
surprised AEW hasn't got him already.
This is a guy who did the impossible. He was a guy who got buzz for TNA. Now, AEW still has lots of fans and great TV and like big pay-per-views. So if you could get him in there, boom. I mean, I think that would be a good one. Because it's not even that I dislike like Kevin Sullivan or Dutch Mantel, but you can't bring someone in from the past, because you can't bring someone who's going to just hate all your current guys or who has ideas from maybe they could be consultants or something, but I don't think it ever works to really go back to someone from another generation.
Dave Deadman here, he says, give Dewey Foley the pencil. I say, if it's like a big pencil that you can hit him across the head with it, yeah, give him that pencil.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pencil in the face. Hit the like button. Hit that like button. Booyah! Hit the like button, subscribe. If you're up for it, join the Headyverse. El Santos World, Brian Matthew Clutter, and Coast LPA. They are producing the show. So if you'd like to help support the show, you can do that. Or you can Venmo Headyverse. And if you Venmo Headyverse, you will get a free sticker if you Venmo $5 or more. USA only. Because I had some issues. Bruce Briscoe, I sent him twice and he never got them. So no, I appreciate helping out the show if you're in Canada or somewhere, but
is Canada quarantining the mail from in your head?
And it
Like,
costs more, which
we
I didn't
want
mind
those
so much,
stickers.
but he just never got them. So there's no point sending stuff out if no one gets it.
Did you fill out a customs form?
Not for that mail. It was just an envelope.
Do you have to fill out a customs thing if you're
not for an envelope, but if
Not
it
for
would
an
be
envelope?
if it would be a package over so many ounces or whatever, you would, yeah.
I see.
But if you Venmo over $25, I will make you an 8-bit figure if you'd like. But that takes time, so it can't be just for $5.
John Brown. He's I was reading his other thing. It's Triple H. NXT was
sorry.
NXT was great when he was running it.
Yeah.
Why are we surprised that WWE story and production values are the best they have been in decades?
We aren't. I think that's what we're seeing.
And to everybody who's body shaming poor Sheamus right now,
Oh, he got fat? I haven't seen him.
I'm just going to say food is good.
It is good.
End of story.
Damn. Well, I'll make an exception for Dave because I've sent Dave stuff and he got it. Maybe Bruce just gets them and he's just trying to get extra stickers from me. I don't know.
That's a strong
I have no-
accusation, Jackie Jones.
But Dave Deadman, yeah. Dave, I'll make an exception for you. So if you want to donate, I will send you a free sticker. And since I know you also listen to Without Your Head, I'll throw in one of these too. I have some of these Without Your Head stickers.
Oh, wow.
I have to get some In Your Head ones made. This is actually an older logo, but it's cool.
Excellent.
Yeah, it is actually a lot cheaper to send stuff to the United States than it is to send out from the United States. That did not always be the case, but it is now.
Mm-mm. Oh, Canada, my home and native land. Boo, ba, boo, boo. We like chocolate mousse. Cabin.
Guy from TNA?
No, not that mousse.
Oh.
Oh, we like. I thought that was a Junkyard Dog.
Mhm.
They like some maple syrup. That's for sure.
It's true.
Mm-hmm. We love you, Canada.
I agree with
God
this goal. I mean, I like this in wrestling in general. Some big storylines that last a while, some feuds. You know, you have a couple things on top, then you get some feuds that go on. And I mean, it's just simple stuff. I personally don't even like usually like the real like silly corny soap opera stuff, but just like, two guys who hate each other. I like the Joe and Swerve stuff. So, just something that makes you really want to see the match. Swerve and Hangman. This was a feud that was really good, and I think it made Swerve, and it also, I think it redeemed Hangman.
Mm-hmm.
Now we don't really see Hangman.
So he's on the purchasing dinner list now. He's back on it.
I'm not buying anyone dinner unless they're,
What? Well, thank goodness you've never bought my dinner. Are you saying Hangman? Oh my goodness.
No, I'm Jackie motherfucking Jones. You should be buying me dinner. That's what I'm saying. Boo.
You're waiting for Hangman to purchase your dinner one of these
It was
nights.
not my choice to buy Hangman and his family dinner. It was nice of Chi-Town Matt, but I'm thinking, man, this guy's friggin' on pay-per-view and on, he just was at the show or watch. You don't need someone to buy him dinner.
Mhm.
But, what do I know? That was nice of him, I guess. Well, not
Jackie Jones.
Yes.
Jackie Jones. There's been some
Plus,
wrestling.
I'm gonna dock Hangman Page. He didn't have any alcohol that night. He's out there pretending he's a drunk, but he didn't. He was out at dinner and didn't have any booze.
You want him sloppy drunk next time. But Jackie Jones, there's been some wrestling rumors flying around. Vince McMahon might start his own promotion. Can you believe
so
this?
he's selling all his stocks,
God.
and so it's worth they said over $2 billion. And so I posted this asking people, and then some people they're like, "Oh, I'm sure he just wants to retire, or he just wants to invest it, or he wants to." I'm like, have you ever paid attention to Vince McMahon? Like, that's not what he's about.
Mm-hmm.
If he wanted to just go retire, well, first of all, he's worth like $1 billion. That's more than enough to retire when you're fucking 80 years old. You need $2.5 billion. That's like enough money to last multiple lifetimes. And if he was a guy who just wanted to go sit at home and enjoy himself, he would have done it decades ago because he's been friggin' a billionaire for a long time. So I honestly believe he is going to try to start a new federation of some kind. Now,
try being the key word.
Try, exactly. Now, there's Meltzer and Brian Alvarez are like, well, who would he get? I don't think that's a real issue because I'll be perfectly honest. Not all wrestlers, but he won't have a hard time finding wrestlers who will take big money to jump ship. He's just not going to. That's just the way it is. But can you find TV? Would anyone be like, I'm going to give Vince like a shot? I mean, that he has a history, which they would be all about, but there's some negatives. I don't know if you know that, but there are some negatives out there about Vince. So
there is only one place that I can think of that would take on Vince McMahon and his new wrestling company, and Vince might have to move
to Global.
He may want to move. What was it? Global Force?
Well, yeah, Jeff Jarrett has announced he was restarting Global Force Wrestling.
No,
Vince is like, I'm putting my $2 billion into this.
No, it's.
I know what you're about to say is what I do agree with.
I don't think Vince really even likes Jeff Jarrett, to be honest with you. But
no, I don't think so.
What I believe is Saudi Arabia, and he may want to flee over there.
Yeah,
it's possible.
The thing is, he wouldn't really need his own money for that either, because the Prince would have all that money.
That's true. That's true.
Would the Prince go against WWE now? I don't know. I bet he would. I could see him and Vince having a lot in common.
Finally, my dreams of having Andre the Giant at my show will be reached.
Exactly.
We can get Yokozuna versus Andre the Giant. It'll happen.
My boy
Saudi Arabia Wrestling Entertainment.
Teddy Long. Yeah, he could bring in Teddy Long. He could be one of the commentators.
How you doing?
The utmost respect for Mr. McMahon.
Welcome to Saudi Arabia Wrestling Entertainment. Oh, talk to Johnny Ace. He's right over there.
I don't think he would bring Johnny Ace in now, since he just turned bitch on him like right away. So.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think exactly. They don't think like women are people, or so. Yeah, I totally see them being like real good buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Both very cruel. But yeah, that would be crazy.
You don't know how happy I would be to see like Vince McMahon all locked up and taking him into the prison. You don't know how happy I would be by that, but don't know if I'll get to see it. Don't know if I'll get to see it. That's like Vince pulling out the rug out from underneath me for like one of his last times there. Well, if he's free, he can still keep doing that. So,
Do you think if he started one, it would have wrestling in the title at all?
this is Saudi Arabia Entertainment.
I was thinking Titan, because Titan was his old thing, Titans of Entertainment or something like that.
Mhm. What if it's just Smash Mouth Wrestling?
I honestly don't think he'd have wrestling in the title.
No wrestling at all. What could he call it? Grappling? What do you want to call
Titans
it?
of Entertainment.
Superstars?
Titans of Entertainment.
Physical superstars?
Sports Entertainment Titans. I think he'd have Titans in it. Who do you think he would go after? Would he try to like bring Hogan back?
Cena, I think for sure.
Cena,
Because he's like, I own your name, bitch.
Undertaker.
Yeah, Undertaker would be there.
Do you think there's any current guy, like younger guys he likes? Oh, Brock Lesnar.
Galgo has a suggestion. Saudi Sports Entertainment.
SSE, yeah, that could work.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'd have Titan in the name for some reason.
Titan Sports Entertainment, or what was that their name last time? I don't know.
Jackson says, yeah, maybe Baron Corbin. That's true, Baron Corbin. Do you think Baron Corbin got his own dildo named after him?
was he prestigious enough to have it?
Yeah,
There may have been one, because man, he did like pushing some Baron Corbin.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I could see the Austin Theory. That's probably a good one too. Because
how's that phone call going to go? Vince calls up Baron Corbin. He's like, "You don't like wrestling in that NXT, do you, pal? Just come on over here to Saudi Arabia for the rest of your life. It'll be fun, pal."
Austin Theory is a good one too, because I don't really see a lot in that guy, but he was pushed to the moon with Vince.
Yeah, he was. He is tag champions right now, though.
Yeah, does that really mean much?
He is tag champions with Waller.
Who would he get as? I don't know if any of the commentators like him. But
I thought Michael Cole was totally like hot for Vince, but it seemed like he kind of flipped whenever he was like out of the company.
Yeah, I guess
I think that one was surprising to Vince.
He always seemed to like just like young, like he could probably just find anyone to do that. Or I do think like if he did, this is all in theory, but if he could get someone like Undertaker, could be like one of the commentators, somebody like that.
I think when Michael Cole said that line, "Professional wrestling is back," and Vince was like, "What do you mean, pal? I thought you liked sports entertainment, pal." I think that one was a shock to him. I think that one probably hurt him. He's like, of all people, Michael Cole.
You can get Law. I don't know. I think he probably thinks Lawler's too old. Kane,
Lawler might be, in the same.
Yeah, they're both perverts.
With some things.
Kane, that could definitely, if he could get Kane out of retirement, one last run for Kane.
I don't know. I think Kane's moved on. I think he's ready just to be governor,
mayor, or whatever the hell he is.
Mayor or governor or whatever. I think he's moved on. I don't think he really wants to be. He's probably, he's probably eating him some waffles too. It's probably like, yeah, these are too good to be wrestling. Screw all that.
Jackson saying he was, Michael Cole was dead to him after that line.
You're dead to me, pal. You're dead to me, Michael Cole. Who do you think you are?
I still think Ashley Massaro rape allegations could get Triple H in trouble because Steph is his wife and allegedly knew about.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
I don't think it's not all played out on all that stuff so far. I mean, Triple H
should honestly if they knew about it.
Mm-hmm. Triple H
covered it up. I mean, it's messed up.
He's not necessarily cemented into the company yet. I mean, it's And I was really thinking, like, why are they letting Stephanie come out? I know it's the man's wife, but still, I don't know if that's
I
like the
guess
look
she's
they wanna be
back.
putting out
She's
there.
back in the company now.
She's back in the saddle again.
I remember when she had left and I mentioned, there was people online that tried to argue with me like it had nothing to do with Vince. She just wanted to go and raise her family. I'm like, come on, you guys are so fucking stupid.
I don't think she cares about raising her family, to be honest with you.
No, why would she? When she had done that right when she had them, then
Yeah, I think that's the time you want to start doing that. I mean, not like, we got
Do you
some,
thi-
we got some nannies, whatever.
you think Vince sends out hate texts to the current roster? I could see that. Wouldn't
Fuck
you like to be
Val.
in a room just to like see what Vince does, like when he's watching the show?
Oh, that would be the best reality show ever. I
He sees
mean,
D-
until he
D-
gets really crazy and
He
you're like,
sees
oh, no.
DIY come out and he's like, "Is it shaking?"
that's probably like the dark web stuff. You're like, oh Jesus, Vince, what the hell? And he's like, ah ha ha, pal, I'm fucking Satan incarnate. Look at me, pal. Give me my pitchfork, pal. Now I'm going to murder. I'm going to murder, allegedly.
Shane is the only good one. I think there might be a lot of truth to that.
I mean, he's stupid, but he may be the only good one.
Yeah.
He is very stupid.
Now, who knows what's true or whatnot? But like, there was that thing out there. They said that why him and his Shane and Vince like stopped talking was years ago. Shane knew like some stuff was going on and tried to get Vince to stop. With the women and stuff, or that some people said that he actually tried to get Shane like involved. Like, I guess to be part of like these three-way deals.
Come on.
Could you imagine
Just a little
enter your
duty.
dad being like wanting you to have like three-way with him and his young lover?
Yowzer.
And then,
Then
he just shits on her.
I'm going, Dad, I'm going to China. I'm starting up a new cable company or what? I'm doing something in China. That's what I know what I'm doing. They need an on-demand service over there. I'm out of here. Goodbye.
It's just a good bonding time.
He just starts running down the fucking block. Come on, pal. Need to poop on some heads.
Damn.
It's the best feeling ever, pal. Allegedly.
So should we take some Zooms?
Yes. Some callers.
Yeah.
It's hard not to call it Zoom, that's for sure.
Yeah. Zoomer sounds weird. Callers
Yeah.
isn't technically right, but it sounds better.
Everything's so difficult. Nobody knows what
It's
to call
not
tweets.
Zoomer, really. It's
Nobody knows what to
streamers.
call tweets anymore.
You want to stream in.
You want to stream into the
Yeah.
show. Okay, I think you're onto it now.
All right. Stream in,
good,
bitches.
You can stream in all over our heads on India.
Whoa. Is this like a Vince thing?
Maybe that's where I was going, pal.
Do you think he ever did? Like he ever pissed on these people?
Oh,
Because it's weird
Come
to go
on,
right.
Jack. Jesus, do you even have to ask that?
Because you can't just go right to shitting, can you?
No. I mean, that's impossible.
And for whatever reason, like that's nasty enough, but the shitting,
Allegedly.
that's
Allegedly.
really like psychotic. You know what I mean? Like I'm not saying I want to go piss on someone, but if you did that, I'd be like, I mean, that's weird. But once you get into shitting, and then it's just like you're on another level of depravity, I think.
Yeah, you're just fucking dead inside, is what you are. You're just,
Yeah, and then-
you're just like there's just no fucking humanity left in this person. It's just like he is just
Yeah, and
allegedly.
you won't let them clean up, and then the buddy had to be into it because, like, if you weren't into it, you wouldn't want the woman covered.
Yes, my overlord. Poop on her. Ah!
And I know some people get mad. We laugh. We're not laughing
know.
at the incident.
We're not laughing at the
just
victim.
like
We're just
yeah.
the insanity of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. Codes.
Sorry about that.
No problem, Coast.
Coast.
Hey,
Let's have a toast for Coast.
He's put up his he doesn't want to be a part of the conversation. He's
my
scared
Bluetooth.
to have his
I
face.
was disrupting the show. I had to stop that.
Oh, you're
What's
all
he
right.
doing? Eating his blue chew? Bruce! Bruce,
Bruce. Bruce.
Hello. How are you guys?
What's up?
Doing good, Bruce.
Not much. I don't know.
I don't know what he's breaking out the ukulele for.
I like it. It's
Yeah.
good.
You ever been into feces?
That's like one thing I'm really not into.
Yeah,
Like
you have
that's
to be like real.
it's on my no list, kind of.
Yeah, the hard no. There's
I don't
the hard-
even like female shit. Like, I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
That should turn me on, right?
I don't think so. I think that shit should not turn anyone on. I think that should be. And I'm not kink shaming here, but
Yeah.
that's just like a.
Unless you're from Germany.
Scheiße.
We don't have a-
Heiden!
we don't have a big Germany.
I'm
fan
half
base
German.
You're half German.
Well, part German, half Italian, and I don't know, a quarter German or something.
I took German in high school as a language.
When I told Michael St. Michael's from the Greasy Strangler that I was German and Italian, he told me I needed some Japanese so I could be the triad of terror,
No.
the axis of evil.
I don't know if you can say that anymore, can you?
He's an older guy.
Maybe if you're playing like Risk or something.
I used to play Axis and Allies, which was it's weird to think about now. I think you can still buy it, but it was sort of a Risk game, but it was a little more advanced. And
Yeah.
and so if you had two players, one person was the Axis and one person was the Allies. If you had multiple players, you could split up where one person could be United States and like Europe and maybe Russia, and then I think Canada was with the United States. It was the Allies, and then the Axis. One person could be Germany, one person could be Italy, and one person could be Japan. And it's very weird to think about that now. But I remember playing the last time we played it. I always remember this because my friend Mark wrote down all the stuff because we were going to continue the game because it got real late at night. But we never continued it.
You should like finish that game one of these days.
Yeah, I don't have it. He might still have it. But me and Mark were actually the Axis. He was Nazi Germany, and I was Japan and Italy.
Hell yeah.
We were fighting the Allies.
Well, who was the Allies?
Troy, my brother. Who else was? I can't remember who else was there. It was me, Troy, and Mark. I know that, but there was other people.
That
Maybe
poor
Rob.
person. You
Good
can't
friend
even
Rob.
remember who it was.
Might have been
I
Rob.
don't even know who the other person was.
It was either 4 or 5 of us.
That's the one that you're like, I'm going to steamroll him. Japan's going to just destroy him. Old undescript person over there that I don't know who he is. We're going to just destroy him. Troy's teaming with him.
No,
That was
Troy,
the Mercy
we were fighting
team.
Troy. Yeah, it was. I know it was Troy. I can't remember who. It had to either have been. Most likely, it was either a guy we know, Rob, or Jim Curley. I don't think Jim was there. Maybe it was Jim Curley.
Curly, like the Three Stooges?
Jim Curley. Yeah.
Sounds like a stooge.
Very much.
Mhm.
I thought of Curly when you said Curly.
His last name's
For
Curley.
sure.
Nyuk, nyuk, nyuk.
You'd like him. He was a redheaded Irish guy.
No.
All you Irish guys stick together. But it was me and Mark Gavoni. So we were the Italians.
Nice. So you ethnically went by lines, like, too?
Exactly.
Nice.
None of us had any Japanese.
Damn it. Oh, I was going to say something bad.
I do like the full name. So it was either, if it was Rob, it would have been Rob Holmes. I know it was me, Troy, Mark Gavoni, and I think it was Rob Holmes and maybe Jim Curley. I might have some names wrong, but
Only
I could eat. So Mark Cavoni, we'll say his name again here, was one of the guys I grew up with. He actually taught me how to play chess, Mark Cavoni, and I didn't hear from him for years after like he's older than me. He's a little bit. He's probably 7 years older than me. So Troy's 9 years older than me, and I hung out with a lot of Troy's friends as a kid. So a lot of the people I played games with were older, and so Mark taught me how to play chess. And so anyway, he joined. He went to the. He ended up doing a really strange thing. I don't know what it was. If it was the military anyway, and he was on a submarine, and then he ended up, which he does to this day, as far as I know, he actually designs torpedo rooms in submarines. It's very strange, but
Man,
anyway,
sounds like a job we're not supposed to know that he actually has.
probably not. Actually, I probably shouldn't say that.
or he was like in the torpedo room and he was like, "Man, this place sucks. It would be better this way." He was just like fucking sitting in there
You may have
drawing it.
compromised this man right now.
Probably. That probably
Yeah.
said.
Congrats.
So I hadn't seen him for years and years and years. And then one day I got an email, which I mentioned on the show, but never who it was from. So I get this email from him and it popped up, "Ding dong, the old bastard's dead." And so I opened the email, and it was the obituary for our old neighbor, Mr. Small. Because when we were kids, Mr. Small was the guy in the neighborhood who would call the cops on us on the 4th of July for lighting off fireworks. And he used to stand out in his deck and watch us playing frisbee or football or basketball. And if the frisbee or the ball would go in his yard, he'd come running out and grab it and bring it inside. So we
What an
Did
ass.
he go cry me a river?
and I've told this actually the video where I talk about murdering a guy. This is the guy's house that I threw the tomato at. So Mark Cavoni and Troy had me pick out this big tomato out of our garden, and we walked up to Mr. Small's house. And Troy says it like I had over my head because I was real little. I was probably like 4 years old. Over my head. It was before I was even in school. And like I just threw it like up, and he was just watching like out the window, and I threw it like against the window, and it splattered. So yeah, he was just a real asshole. And then so anyway, when he passed away many years later, all our old friends we celebrate with the email, "Ding dong, the old bastard's dead." So then years after that, I replied to Mark about something or other. And Mark was like, most people reply to emails not 10 years later. Like, yeah, I guess so.
He called you out. That's awesome.
Yeah. I forget what I was even telling him. I was like, I think it was when I made a movie. I was like, "Hey, Mark, I made a movie." And he's like, I sent this email 10 years ago.
Did you just like forward from the last email?
Yeah,
You
because
like,
I knew I had the email.
"Oh, God."
I looked it up, and then I just replied to that. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
That's how Jackie Jones rolls. In truth. But anyway, Axis and Allies is a good game. I don't know if they still make it. They probably do.
Maybe.
I've seen it at Target before.
We did not do this. Jack and his old buddies got together to go piss on Mr. We didn't do that. But he was.
Did you throw a tomato at his grave?
No. That would have been cool though. Then it was actually when I was in rehab.
Not drug rehab.
My physical therapist was like neighbors of the Smalls, but it was after Mr. Small passed away. So it's just the Mrs. Small. Oh no, it's both of them. Both of them were still alive. I don't know how this came up. Somehow I found out where she lived, and it was next to where the Smalls used to be. Anyway, so we were talking, and she said when she moved in, that like Mr. Small would call or he'd come over and he'd always ask to talk to the man of the house. He wouldn't even like talk to her. Like he's just like women had no say or anything. Like I need to talk to the man of the house. And I just thought that was pretty funny.
Mhm.
He was not a nice old man, Fincher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can
My
see
na-
you being that way though. Would you run out and grab someone's frisbee?
Yeah, I'm thinking about like resurrecting Mr. Small just so he
Oh,
can
yeah.
start trolling you.
Yeah, Bruce, you wouldn't like that. Would you? A little kid, you're playing frisbee. The frisbee
No.
goes over Jim Curley's fence. You go over to get it, and he's running out there with his pitchfork, and he's like stabbing it. And you'd run in with it. He literally came out with a shovel once, not a pitchfork.
What?
And it was when we were playing basketball, and he like he stuck the shovel in front of the basketball.
Man,
That's pretty awesome, honestly.
that's crazy.
Then my grandfather went up and yelled at him.
What the hell's the matter
Nice.
with you?
Yeah, fuck. In my neighborhood, when I was like a kid, all the teenagers hated my neighbor, and we did too. I did too. But I was a kid. But so during Halloween, he had ghost made out of basketballs and sheets. You know, the old school ghost.
Mhm.
On his porch, he had like 4 of them. So the teenagers had me and my brother go and steal all the ghosts and then light them on fire. The teenagers lit them on fire with gasoline in their front yard. And we went in the car and put like a dozen eggs and smashed them into their seats in the car.
Oh wow.
I recently I bought like 2 dozen eggs and one.
So
egg
I
broke.
understand.
Yeah, and one egg broke. And I thought, oh my god, all these eggs broke because it made this huge mess in the bag, and it was a reusable bag. And then I went through all the eggs, and here it was just one. But boy, one egg smasher makes a huge mess. So see how a lot of eggs on a house would be a real pain in the ass.
Mhm.
I know, it was bad. And they didn't know who it was. That was the best part. It was children. Children got their ass. Children.
Why do all these stories result with a dead old man? But now, many years later, and I love my brother dearly, but part of him has turned to old man Small because he's one of those people now he's always bitching when it's coming up the 4th of July. Oh, about people lighting off fireworks, and I always tell him, remember when we were kids and we lit off all these fireworks? The whole neighborhood got together, and that one old bastard, Mr. Small, would call the cops. Don't be old man Small. Let people enjoy their 4th of July and light off some fireworks.
Well, they've got dogs, though. The dogs might get scared.
We had dogs when we were kids.
Maybe you should have used concussions.
What?
You should have used concussions.
We should put a poll up. Who would call the cops and who wouldn't?
Use what? Christian?
Concussions. It's like those booms you hear from WWE fireworks. Those are the booms.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
Hey, you don't
I'll be
use them.
honest. I do prefer fireworks that
cool.
just look cool. I don't really not that big on just like a big like a fire
Booms.
yeah. That's not that exciting. But we used to light off bottle rockets and stuff that flew up and did fun stuff.
Mm.
But it was technically illegal. But the police would just come and they didn't care. They just say someone called the cops. You got to put them away. And then one year he went around the neighborhood and picked up all the bottle rockets and stuff. And he came knocking at my door and he's like, I think you know where these came from. I just thought, like, what an idiot.
Oh, whoa.
You went around and picked up all my trash? Like, okay.
Oh, wow.
Thanks. Man,
I bet that
how-
old man accuses you of everything.
No, I mean,
Everything
they just call the cops, but they didn't. I don't know. Maybe they accused me of something, but
Did you look at him and say, "What are you going to do about it?"
And he lunged at me, and I feared for my life.
I'll tell this story on In Your Head one of these days. He said, "What?"
I should look up when he. I don't know if I can find it on my phone. I'd probably have to
Put his
find it.
obituary on the screen. What are you doing?
Like he does sound like an '80s like villain, like brought to life. If he takes a shovel and busts your basketball with it, that's pretty insane.
I imagine like a 1950s style old man with like twill pants and a pulled up to his like middle of his sternum, like a shirt,
Exactly.
flat top kind of dude.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do I not exist?
You exist, Patrick Howell. You exist. We love you, Patrick Howell. Lexar loves you the most.
Why would the WWE put pay-per-views from Peacock to Netflix? They shouldn't do that. Money, money, money. I don't know. Are they doing the pay-per-views? I know Raw's moving there, but I don't know if the pay-per-views are or not.
Yeah, I think it's just Raw's going to Netflix. And I don't know. That's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
The international version of the WWE Network is going to be obsolete by 2025, and it's going to move from the network's own content is going to be moved to Netflix. So all pay-per-view is going to be moved to Netflix internationally. So.
Yeah.
Peacock
Internet. Yeah.
And if it did, then that would be fine. I mean, I would rather pay for whatever streaming service it is than buy the pay-per-views for $50 or $60. So.
Yeah. People are like, Vince McMahon revolutionized the pay-per-view things in the 80s. Yeah, he taught everyone he could get $50 from every single
I mean, he didn't invent pay-per-view, but he I mean it
closed
was
circuit
big,
and shit.
Yeah, but I mean boxing stuff was on pay-per-view, but wrestling was big on pay-per-view, and I mean I was happy to get it because back then like you wouldn't be able to see it unless you went you know, you flew it. Plus I used to watch with my family, so it'd be me and my mom and my brother, my grandmother, my grandfather passed away when I was pretty young. But anyway, he was alive for a while, so it would be like my grandparents, me, my mom, my uncles, my brother, and sometimes like a neighbor would come over and stuff. So if you put all that together, it's pretty cheap, honestly, for a bunch of people to watch it.
Yeah,
buying tickets for everybody.
Yeah, we do Tyson fights and stuff, and
we get all those.
like 20 of us would come and just pay like $5, and it'd be all good. And we get so I know about that. It's fun.
I still buy the AEW ones because I like them.
People don't get together like that much anymore. It sucks.
No, not that I know of. I mean, I'm sure someone does, but
yeah.
My brother invited me over Friday to watch that New Japan show. I don't know why I didn't go.
What the hell? Where you're like, I'd go, but you're such a firework hater. I can't be in your house.
Me and Troy are working on a movie, which I want to get intro in the cameo.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What's up, Coast?
Hey, how's it going?
I thought you were going to say something. I thought you wanted to say something.
Oh, no, I was just providing the background.
Oh.
Oh, no, I'm just providing the enthusiastic background. That's all.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought you.
I also do that kind of shit too.
It's fine. Right, exactly. It's kind of hard to not react to all the hilarity and funniness that goes on in the show.
Vince McMahon revolutionized being a perverted old man.
Yeah, Jonathan Jackson. Look, we don't have them both on camera, but Jonathan Jackson and Coast are here at the same time.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is that territory thing?
It was a throwback to call back to Coast brought this up a few weeks ago.
Still like,
you should.
Was that?
You should give him an intro. You should give him an intro like that Outkast song. I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. But have to be like, Jonathan
Nice.
Jackson, who knocked him?
We had
You know?
intros for everyone.
I can think I could make that happen.
Yeah.
You should pony up
Hey, go for it, man.
clear the copyright on that for Jonathan Jackson.
I know, right?
Copyright. Fuck that. Fuck copyrights.
You might say that now.
You'll get my mistake.
Yeah.
I'll reverse the notes.
Big ass master 420.
Ah.
Maloney.
Yes. Hmm.
So what's on your mind, Coast LPA?
I don't feel well. I just had, when I was off camera, I just slammed a whole bag of Skittles and now I'm kind of like feeling sugar sick. Yeah.
Good.
You tasted too much of the rainbow.
Yeah, I kind of went crazy on the rainbow. This is the like second bag. Now I'm all like shaky and sickly, and I'm like, my stomach feels terrible.
Do you have any opium? Opium will bring you down, and you'll equal out. Okay, man. Trust me.
Think you want to listen to
Man, I'm in San Francisco. Opium's everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's like capital of the world. Opium, like U.S. at least.
Yeah.
That's where it was
You just
born.
walk out the door and fall into it.
You took that JR promo on Skittles literally, though.
Yeah. Oh, damn, I didn't know the camera was that low. Gee, good grief. I'm sorry. Whoa.
Guys,
Yeah, I could see your balls.
Sure. Yeah, I'm
No,
showing
I'm
steak and potatoes on camera. Geez. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
show us that dick.
hey guys.
No, I got short daughter, but yeah.
You had to edit it, Jack.
It's just
What was that? Sorry.
You
I
had
had to
to
reply to an
edit
email.
Boost's
What happened?
Balls. He was showing his balls.
oh.
He
Hey
was?
guys.
No, it wasn't.
No,
I was joking.
Yeah.
I was doing an Ace Ventura like joke. I can see your balls. And then he's like, Bumblebee tuna.
I'm fully clothed. It's just the camera was too low for my liking. So, you know,
I'm joking. I was joking.
Yeah.
Got a ball.
Looked like I was giving birth or something.
Norn Rad said it looked like a sperm. He said like the way that it like has a tail and everything, and I was like, I can't disagree with that.
Hey guys.
What's up, Blue Dot?
Yeah, what's up?
You know, Papa Petite from the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got in a bad motorcycle accident. And he's
Yeah, I saw that yesterday. That's too bad.
He's expecting surgery tomorrow. And he would like
Yeah.
your thoughts and prayers.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Pepe's a good man.
Yeah.
I would mention it.
Yeah. Thank you, John. Like, yeah, I talked to Pepe a lot too, and yeah, if you just like think of him a little bit today, because he's, yeah, whatever. Yeah.
It's gonna be tomorrow, and he thinks.
Yeah. He's a good dude.
Yeah, we like Pepe. Yeah, I saw he was in a motorcycle accident. Getting knee surgery, hit his head. So get well, Pepe Petit.
Most
Mhm.
And for people who don't know, he is the man who made these hatchets that I showed.
Yeah. Yeah. And he recently had the nuts to get into a wrestling ring too. Like,
Yeah.
he was like, I want to wrestle, and I'm like, do it, man. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna, duh. Like, so he did it, and just like last month, sucks that he got in this accident, but he actually did it. So anyone out there, it's inspiring as fuck to me. So
Yeah.
Pepe,
And I'm gonna use these hatchets to
Yeah,
have up.
Yeah, wrestling's not easy,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Alright.
it really isn't.
just to get the nuts to get in there, man. It's
That
fucking
would be
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
What if
You
what
can-
if in a Headyverse I would circumcise people
Oh,
with these?
Yes.
There you go.
No.
Wax. Circumcised wax.
I've already been circumcised, but I think I got a little bit more spare. I could stretch it out a little bit.
There you go.
I got some for you.
Taking one for the team, Brucey.
I was watching Tarantino's podcast. Fox was on there asking a question. Yes,
Damn,
sir,
I'm glad I didn't see that.
Yes, sir, about Playboy.
John Brown, I broke my damn leg. I think there's even a shirt for that. I broke Job's leg. We should get the Headyverse detective to see who broke Job's leg. That could be the next.
We should get it.
Next, ongoing contest. The
You should make a T-shirt with all the injuries of all the people, like just the list.
Yeah, Lexar broke his leg. Got run over.
I know it's bad.
He's always yelling.
I'm kind of afraid to be part of the group because I might fall on my head or something.
Yeah, I ain't got run over by a train, but Lexar, he's getting run over by cars.
Jeez, man.
Be careful, Lexar.
How's the leg doing?
Yeah.
Whoa, freaking white supremacy over here.
Oh, somebody throwing up the hail.
Yeah. Well, man, now if you go look at like old pictures of Mick Foley, the people say, "Look at this, freaking racist here." He's sitting there with one.
Now I heard the thumbs up is something. It's like the middle finger in movies.
Really? You just can't do anything. You just have to sit stoically, never show your hand.
That's what they want. That's the whole point. They want you to just sit there and not do anything. Duh.
Grab my nuts.
That means something, Jack.
Hell yeah. Anything else on your mind, Coach, before we go to around the horn here? Oh. Sometimes I put these hats together like a battle axe.
I'm just gonna sit here and just like be sick with sugar.
Grab your balls.
Grab your ball and do-si-do.
What's on your mind, Lexi?
Sir Mix-a-Lot, I think.
Sexy Lexi.
So I found out that Forbidden Door 3 is not going to be available at Arthur Ashe Stadium no more because New Japan doesn't want to pay the half of the rent there. So now it's going to be moved somewhere else, but it's going to stay in the realm of the New York City area. It probably be moved to the Meadowlands in Jersey.
I heard it's at the Islanders Arena, the LBF.
Would that be closer to you or further?
Further.
Are you pissed?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean they could put it here in Jersey. It's New York's area. You just have to take a train, and there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
You ever take the Bone train to it?
I took Amtrak from Philly to Jersey.
Bone train all the way to Jersey.
Well, you went back and forth to Philly, like you like went to Philly, then took the train all the way home, and then went back the next day. And this is probably closer, isn't it?
No, it's like very further away.
Really?
When I went to WrestleMania, I took like 2 or 3 trains.
Damn!
But
I bet your asshole gets tired.
So after the show, I took the subway line from Philly all the way to the Amtrak station, and from there I went home.
All right.
He's choosing his words a little better.
You had a good time. So are you going to go to Forbidden Door 3?
I'm not sure if it's somewhat closer. And speaking of WrestleMania, I hear Philadelphia is trying to get WrestleMania to return.
Already?
Yep.
I don't know if I would be so quick to return if everybody was freezing the first night.
Freezing their balls off.
Yeah.
But they were balls inside the grapefruits.
True. Would you really want grapefruit-sized balls?
No, that's for the cancer, man.
Yeah,
Nobody
I don't
told
think
him that.
you'd be like sitting on them and banging them on stuff all the time. It suck.
Man, corduroy
Yeah,
pants
really-
with
yeah.
big, huge balls. Like you'd be
Get
rubbing
really
everything
loose.
everywhere.
Yeah. I wear skinny.
That's actually called Hydrocil.
What the?
The ball.
That's called yeah,
No,
yeah,
you
it's
put
called
that shit on
Hydrocil.
under your
You can look
pants so your balls don't hurt,
Damn.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, look it up though. It's called Hydrocil. It's when one sack is huge and
Damn.
Having a massive
do anything.
nutsack is actually called something.
What?
This is the kind of bookmark Coast has.
It might be. Let's see. Hold on. Let me check my facts here.
I'm really wondering what kind of stuff Coast is into.
I thought you were
Massive balls.
ointment for like huge balls so they don't rub against your leg too much, like chafing ointment.
This is his number
I'm
one
sorry.
search. on
Hydrocil.
Pornhub. Oh.
Hydrocil. You rub it on your balls.
Hydrocil. Yeah, HYDROCELE.
I kind of grew up in a ghetto place, so I'm kind of.
There's been a lot of ball discussion tonight.
Bruce is like, Link, please.
A lot.
I want Lexar to talk about trains some more. Sorry.
Train. Running?
Yeah.
Running what?
Well, hopefully you can make it out wherever it is, Lexar. Have a good time.
Did you have tickets? I mean,
No, I don't think they haven't still. I
They
don't think
probably don't
nobody's
have
got
them for
tickets
sale
to
until like they announce where they are.
oh, okay.
them.
Well, you seemed really angry to know that they moved to the venue. So, like,
It'll probably be cheaper though if it's at a smaller place.
that's true.
Now here, AEW
Oh.
tickets are very expensive. Ain't you? How much were your tickets when you went last week?
It was like 30, 38, I think.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
But I had
You
cheap
got good
seats.
seats?
Let's see.
Yeah, I had cheap seats too, but then like with the fees, the fees cost as
Yeah.
much as the tickets.
I'll tell you exactly what I paid. Let's see.
They were like 150 to
on
start
Tony
out
Khan.
here.
Based on Tony Khan's decision making lately, it wouldn't shock me that if they'd sell tickets to a place you don't know where you're going. You'd be like, hey,
Right.
they might be for a show
35.73.
in Montana, but buy these.
35.73.
Was that without the
wish.
fees or with the fees?
That's with the fees.
Oh, that's not too bad.
Yeah, and it wasn't like I had a terrible seat. It was pretty good. I could see pretty much.
Yeah, a lot of arenas, even if you have the way up, they're usually still pretty good. You know, depending how it's made. Like the TD Garden, even the seats, up atop, like you see really good.
Yeah. I just wanted to go. I didn't want to like spend a whole lot of money.
I agree.
I was already off that night.
I personally don't like sitting on the floor unless you're in the front row.
Yeah.
Because everyone else is standing. So if you're in fourth or fifth row, you can't see shit.
Yeah.
That's how I
People
feel.
like your view.
But I kind of like I forget what the name for it, but like the first row. But anyway, whatever. I think it's just fun to be there.
Mm-hmm. I had.
Oh
a good
man,
time.
do you think this is again? Because do you think John Brown broke his leg again?
Hopefully.
Does that mean both of them are broken now?
Oh yeah, I know, because I don't think the other one ever healed.
Oh.
He's got to stop messing with the guy like I'm a Valentine.
Yeah, Mr. Glass over here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
What's
Samuel
on your
Jackson.
mind? Vic? Exactly. Call me nasty, Miss. Or no, was it? Yeah, Miss Jackson. If you're nasty, nasty. Don't need anything. Woj, there you go. Yeah, I like the Woj. Vic Schiavone, what's on your mind?
Still a little bummed out from last night's Raw. I thought they should not have let Rhea relinquish the belt. So,
Well, she's hurt and can't wrestle for a long time. I guess there's not what more.
Well,
what else can you do? Then?
like one of my kids, he looked it up and he said if she didn't have to have surgery, she could be back in 6 weeks. And they let Roman Reigns go from WrestleMania to SummerSlam without wrestling. So it's,
Mm-hmm.
I just I think it's BS. There's nobody they could put the belt on that would be any good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to see Nia Jax with the belt. I don't want to see Liv Morgan with the belt. It's
Shayna Baszler.
I could live with Shayna Baszler having the belt more than I could the first two.
What about
Becky
Becky?
Lynch.
Becky?
Mm-hmm. I like Becky Lynch.
Yeah, I don't want to see her with the belt either.
What about what's that new Tiffany
Oh,
Strauss?
Tiffy?
Tiffy Strauss, or what's her name?
Tiffy Stratton.
Stratton.
Tiffany.
I think I confused.
That
two
might be interesting if they put the belt on her.
people. Give a new person a shot.
Sarah Logan. Sarah
Logan.
Yep.
Okay.
So,
What
Wendy
about
Richter.
Hell yeah.
bring her out of retirement?
I see her around.
She's
She's
like,
around.
girls just want to have fun.
Exactly.
Gail Kim.
She's kind of still
Oh,
pissed
man.
off about everything.
If Wax hears that, boom.
you know, like that scene from Star Wars when Kenobi has to sit down and he's like, "There's been a huge disturbance in the Force." That's what happened in Swax's world after Lexar said that. He's like, "What that bitch go, Jim?"
you know, Wendy Richter might have possibilities because she could say she's coming to finish her story after they stole.
There
the belt
you go.
from her.
Not
After Moolah stole the belt from her, wrestling under the mask, she's
Oh,
come
yeah.
back to finish the story.
She's
that
tough
works.
still. She's tough.
Incher, what's your story? What is your unfinished story?
My unfinished story? Oh, I don't know. What do you want me to say? Like me killing you or something like
What
that?
the hell? Why do you want to murder me? I
don't know. You gotta have this
You
smile
wanted-
on your
you
face,
wanted
like
to
I
beat-
should have something.
I
on
don't
tap.
know. I thought maybe you wanted to be Duck Hunt or something.
My unfinished story is, I don't know, beating Jackie Jones' ass.
Man, you're so violent. Then you're like, wait a minute. CM Punk mildly pushed the man. That's uncalled for. We gotta get him out of society.
He pushed him, and then he put him in a headlock, and then he pushed
Oh
him.
my god!
And all he was doing was talking about his rock star hair. He was just like, "Look at my hair, my rock."
You probably should
it's
have
like-
if you did that in front of you. You'd be pissed.
Like, I didn't see any like violent action from Jack Perry's part. He was just like
just
flipping
being
his
a
hair.
Well, to be in that position too, and he's defenseless. His arms are behind his head, and he goes for his head. Like, I watched it. I didn't want to, but I did.
He's a bitch.
It was just
Jungle
stupid.
Boy's a
All of
bitch.
it's stupid. It's just dumb. I don't know. And Tony Khan has every right to be scared because he's just some billionaire dude who he's not a wrestler. I don't care. I think I listened to Ryback when I was sleeping,
Tony
and it just like
Khan-
soaked into my
That's where
brain.
get-
I don't
that's where I get
believe.
all my knowledge.
Tony
I
Khan
watched him eat a whole bunch of tacos yesterday, and I was.
around in a bump suit all the time.
That was close.
You need a hobby, Bruce.
That is my hobby. That's my hobby.
The menu at Taco Bell.
No, watching Ryback do it.
Oh, Annabelle brings up something, Incher. So we went to the movie Sunday, and she wanted me to tell you she made me go to Applebee's, but we were there for like
good in the neighborhood.
no, because we sat down. We only had 40 minutes between movies. And we sat down. I ordered a club soda with lemon and lime, and she ordered some kind of margarita. And then we were waiting forever, and they never came to take our order or bring our drinks. And then eventually we gotta leave because the movie's starting. And so we told them, she seemed pissed, but we sat there for like 40 minutes, and no one ever came to take our order.
Oh,
So,
they're
fuck
like, you took up the
Applebee's.
table, you jackass.
Jackie
Fuck
Wow.
Jones. I hope Nikhil doesn't mind, but he sent me a message. He just ate at the Applebee's
Oh my lord!
for the first time. And
What
I
a
asked,
fucking moron! This is a guy who thinks Rocky sucks.
and he was like, he had riblets. Was great.
Oh,
See it?
really?
Right there. Your boy's telling me was.
He ate riblets at Applebee's. This is the guy who says that Rocky stinks and that Cliffhanger's the ultimate movie. So this is on par with that. Riblets from Applebee's is 5-star eaten to the guy who thinks Cliffhanger is the greatest film of all time.
Riblets are good, but I can make them at home.
Riblets.
I didn't have
You
to hard
shouldn't-
to tell him I'm not really a fan of riblets because I think they're like, you can't like.
Applebee's does have some good boneless wings.
Yeah, it's like more bones.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Is that the
Yeah,
movie
It's like
with-
the
with
burnt
Keanu
ends
Reeves?
kind of
Keanu
thing.
Reeves?
What?
Is that the one with Keanu Reeves in it? The surfer guys? Is that
No,
That's Point Break.
Oh,
That's Point
okay,
Break,
okay.
bro. I love Point
My
Break.
bad. Well, yeah,
I want
that
to be
was
Patrick
cool.
Swayze in that movie. That's me, Patrick Swayze in Point Break.
Oh man, being Keanu Reeves.
I've yet to
Fuck, I like Patrick. He's crazy. He's like, let's jump, motherfucker. I'm grabbing you. And he goes.
Interviewed
yeah.
John Philbin, who was in Point Break. That was on Without Your Head.
Yeah, I saw that.
Is it the new Point Break or the old Point Break?
Oh, the original one.
Okay. They re-released a new fucking version of
Yeah,
it.
they remade it.
Fucking fuck that.
And so,
Sorry.
did you watch the new Roadhouse?
No Patrick Swayze, no Roadhouse.
No, I want something. If he doesn't rip someone's throat out, I say fuck that. What a weird
What if
movie
Punk
to
did
remake.
that? What if Punk did that to Jack
That'd be-
Perry? He
that'd be
grabbed
great.
his throat and ripped it out.
That'd be sweet. I'd like to see that.
Still got
Footage.
his hands in his hair, and he's like, "Oh."
That would be cool footage.
And then
It's
Tony
more like-
Khan's like, I feared for my life.
Well, then I at least it would make sense. But it would make Punk pretty badass if he just ripped a man's throat out.
Yeah, he's doing like some Mortal Kombat.
Piper!
fatalities. He's
Why
ripping
isn't that someone?
heads off
Why
the
doesn't anyone ever do that in UFC? Just rip a man's throat out.
I think that is one of the rules that they do have, that you can't do that.
You can
The
choke
ripping
someone.
throat out thing.
Back in the
Well,
old
those
days.
first 10. Yeah.
You could hit people in the balls and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, those first 10 UFCs were like,
Yeah,
that was like,
like Wild
Kumite
West.
stuff, man.
I liked
No.
I liked it when there was no weight classes or anything. So you'd see like
Yeah.
a 600-pound sumo and fighting like a 150-pound guy in a gi, and
Yeah.
sumo get his ass kicked. But I liked that. That was
Like
fun.
Pride and stuff.
Yeah, well, and even UFC, I like they had all that. That's good.
Yeah. When it
I
was like a
120
sideshow kind of thing.
guy.
He had one night
Yeah.
tournament. Best man wins. I like that.
And they were like
Bob
tournaments.
Sapp fighting a 100-pound
Some
guy.
of them.
Yeah,
he-
I like it.
And Bob
Now
Sapp
UFC
still
people
lose.
train specifically for UFC. UFC is like its own combat. Back
Yeah.
then it was we got a
Yeah.
karate guy versus a sumo guy, or we got a boxer
Yeah.
versus a British jiu-jitsu guy.
Unknown territory. You don't know what
Yeah, it was
you're
good
gonna
stuff.
get.
Yeah, he's representing his dojo. Like kind of shit, you know?
Oh,
It's like
here we
whose
go.
style is better.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how the
Akibono
idea
died. Huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
Akibono.
Oh hell yeah.
Akibono. R.I.P. We met
Oh,
Akibono.
sumo.
Yeah.
Akibono?
Yeah,
Yeah,
rest
Troy
in
and I
peace to
met.
him.
Oh, I don't. Yeah. Okay.
He's pretty huge, isn't he?
Yeah, I got a picture here. Troy with him. So Troy drew a poster of him. And here it is. So yeah, this was at Dragon Gate, USA. There I am. Someone's got like something playing in the background. Can you turn that off? Probably Lexar. There is
Oh no.
Akibono and Troy.
Sweet.
So that was a good show. I actually found a highlight of this show on YouTube because it's the one where I mentioned many times on the show where the commentator calls me John Popper. I actually found it on YouTube. And so it's John Moxley wrestling. I always forget the guy's name.
What's his fuck's name? You guys talk about him a lot on the show.
Yeah. So anyway, they're wrestling. Was it? Sorry.
Sammy Canahan?
No. You know him. And he wrestles like the zombie princess for a while. What?
Oh, Jimmy Jacobs.
Jimmy Jacobs. So
a
great match. I quit.
Creative team for AEW.
Yeah. So his I Quit match. Jimmy Jacobs and John Moxley. I was in the front row, and I stand up, and the commentator goes, this was on the live pay-per-view too, and he said, "Oh, John Popper, lead singer of Blues Travelers here." And then when we went to the next show, the commentator saw me and he apologized. I was like, "No, it's funny." He's like, "Oh, okay."
It's hilarious. I sent it to
Bruce, and he just was watching the match as the match, which is good.
Yeah, I watched the match, and I saw John Popper in the audience, and I was like, "Oh, John Popper!" Yeah. And like, then I read what he sent, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a dumbass. Yeah, sorry."
Jack, I got Moxley's blood on me in that match. What?
Jack,
that's a brutal match. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a great match.
You should have sang turnaround for him.
I should what?
You should have sang turnaround for him.
Run around.
Right.
Turn around. He's just thinking Freudian slip.
That one's not on Lexo's playlist, I guess.
I need a
harmonica. I thought you were talking about that Total Eclipse of the Heart.
That was a good show, though.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I got Moxley's blood on my pants during that show, Lexar.
What?
Yeah,
That's
Moxley
crazy.
was bleeding. He was right in front of me, and he got his blood was splattered on my leg.
Jimmy Jacobs is
I'm sorry,
bleeding like a stuffed pig in that match.
It might have been
Did you
Jimmy
watch
Jacobs'
it?
blood, actually. But
Both of them were.
Ever since that show, did you watch it or you just kept it?
Yeah, I've
on
seen
watch?
it.
Well, you had to watch it to hear the guy call him John.
No, watch it. Watch it. You watch your
Watch
pants.
it. Watch
Oh.
it.
No, I've never washed my hands since.
He wipes it on his face every John Moxley's birthday.
Yes, I washed the pants. I'm sure they're too big for me now, but I don't know what pants they were. Might have
Make
been
sure you get a
some
Triple
Zubaz.
H test.
I don't
You
wear
might have been able
Zubaz
to
anymore.
float him.
Nature. I need a new pair of Zubaz.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
No more Zubaz? End of an era.
No, they're there. You can get them.
I found a real pair of Zubaz when I was going through some of my old clothes from like '94. Charlotte Hornets. It was the first pair of Zubaz I ever bought. I was gonna say, I wonder
love
if there's
those. They are. I look them up on eBay.
They're pretty worn out. So what's on your name, Bruce?
Not much. Yeah, just I don't know. I've been watching a lot of old wrestling lately, and that's fun.
Like George Hackenschmidt.
Not that old. Maybe like 83, 85 stuff. Like territory stuff.
WCCW?
Not that. No, I don't know. Like WWF and stuff.
You know what's funny?
Oh, that's it. No Mid-South? Georgia Championship Wrestling?
I watch that occasionally, but I saw like Kurt Hennig when he was Kurt Hennig and not Mr. Perfect yet, but still at the Boston Garden and Meadowlands and stuff shows from the 80s.
Record the Boston because they used to show the Boston Garden every month on NESN, New England Sports Network. And so I would get all excited and I would record them, and then years later when I'd go to rewatch them before they had the network and you can watch them, and then I found out that my brother recorded over a lot of them. He recorded like MTV over them.
That's awesome.
I have one. I don't know where it is now, but I watched it years later, and it the main event on it. It was when, it was when Macho Man hurt Ricky Steamboat on TV. He dropped the bell on him, and then Bruno Sammartino came out of retirement, and it was the main event's a cage match. Bruno Sammartino versus Macho Man in a cage, and that's pretty. That's just pretty cool.
Wow.
But they used to if you watch his WWF house shows back in the day, they wouldn't have the main event last. Usually, they would have the main event, and then they would have matches after that. I think the idea was it added realism, like you wouldn't actually schedule the show and know the main event's going to end a certain time.
They wanted people to buy tickets for the next show in the intermission.
It's not so much that. It was because they wouldn't have an intermission after the main event. They would have the main event, and then they would have like these preliminary, like these matches, and sometimes they would go with the time limit because there was a curfew, so you wouldn't even get an end to the match, which is weird.
Yeah.
But then when they would show them on Nesson, they would show them in order of what the main event would be, and so if I knew there was a lot of blood in the main event. So I remember it was Harley Race versus Hulk Hogan on one of the shows as the main event, but so they would show it out of order and show that match last, and then like halfway through the show, I'm watching it and it's like I don't know, Cowboy Bob Orton versus Johnny Rodz, or whatever, and like the blood's all covered, the ring's all covered in blood. I was like, oh, something must happen in the main event, and then it was Harley Race and Harley Race and Hogan.
Wow.
It was kind of a bloodbath. It's pretty cool.
Wow. Was it old Hogan? Like,
well,
with the cape? With the cape
no,
thing,
not
Hogan?
That. It was it was Harley Race when he's the king.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Troy, your brother, Troy Jones here in the chat room. He wants to know, did you give Mox a shout out for winning the new?
Yeah, that's why I'm actually wearing my Moxley jacket here.
Mm-hmm.
It's the innovator of violence, I believe, or not innovator, whatever it was, the violence, purveyor of violence, I believe. That's a cool. I don't think I ever worn this on the show. It's like a college jacket.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Varsity Club.
Yeah, there we go. Varsity jacket. Varsity Club. I was a big fan of the original Varsity Club.
Yeah.
That was an odd thing to bring back in the 90s. Very weird.
Yeah, true.
Varsity Club, like the cheer squad, kind of.
No, it was Dr. Williams and Mike Rotundo, and they were managed by,
Rick Steiner.
And Rick Steiner, and they were managed by the game master Kevin Sullivan.
Oh, crazy WCW stuff.
Yeah, and I think Dick Murdoch was in there for a little bit too. Actually.
Spivey too.
Spivey, okay. Yeah, and I think Dick Murdoch. But I liked it. I always was a big fan of Kevin Sullivan.
Were they dressed in college type clothing?
They all wore their college gear. Then for whatever reason,
the
game master. At the time, I loved it. Now that I think about it, I don't know why that really made sense. Why the college guys were managed by this evil guy in a robe, but it was cool at the time.
Oh, they were mind controlled, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
Good. I like that.
Yes.
I like all those guys.
I'm writing that down. I've been into Mike Rotundo a lot lately. He's the fucking man.
He's Captain Mike Rotundo. Then he becomes an actual like ship captain for some reason and wears like a sailor hat.
He just couldn't drop the captain moniker. He had to.
Yeah. And so
you're blowing smoke up my ass, aren't you?
No, it's Captain Mike Rotundo. And he had this group of people, and they fought like Abdullah the Butcher. And I think Abdullah was with them for a little while or something.
That's amazing.
Dudes with attitudes.
Yeah, it was very strange.
Wow, I missed all that. Wow, that's cool.
It was a real short-lived group with because they fought. I think it was Abdullah, Kevin Sullivan, and guy he died.
Mike Shaw.
No, well, he was there too, actually, a lunatic. But it was God, what's his name? Buzz Sawyer.
Oh yeah.
And they all wore like butcher like suit. They wore like butcher aprons with like
Blood all over it and stuff.
Yeah. It
Nice.
didn't last very long. But they were called like the Butchers or Butcher Shop or something. What?
No.
Slaughterhouse. That's it. Slaughterhouse. Yeah, it didn't last very long. But I liked it.
Yeah.
I really liked Buzz Sawyer.
Buzz Sawyer.
Supposedly he was a real asshole, but I liked him.
Yeah. He beat up Sting because he wanted to like go out with Dark Journey or something.
Yeah, it's Dick Slater.
Oh,
I like
Dick
that Sting
Slater.
got beat
Okay.
up.
Yeah, they say Dick Slater stuck his head in a toilet.
Oh,
With the flat top.
He ripped off Undertaker. He like trained was going to train Undertaker, but just took his money or something.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like no one ever says anything good about him. But he was really good. He was a good wrestler though.
Yeah,
he gave a great splash off the top rope.
Nice. This is awesome.
Yeah, and there's I always loved this. It was during that run of Abdul the Butcher in WCW at the first Lethal Lottery, and then years later they said like that was a shoot, like who would be tagged with whoever. But Abdul the Butcher gets picked as Sting's partner, and like they had a big feud at the time. And Abdul gets this big grin on his face and goes walking out with the kendo stick, and I just thought it was the greatest thing ever.
I remember that instance, but
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
that's hilarious.
I was
Yeah.
a big Abby fan. It's too bad he's not a particularly good guy either. But I liked him as a kid.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it was good. I liked the weird guy.
And that was the time of like Garbage Pail Kids and just weird shit.
I still have them somewhere. I used to collect Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
I was surprised he was so over in Japan, though. He's got like the
He's
whole
like a freaking legend there.
Yeah.
I have an Abdul the Butcher.
Yeah.
Oh, they're even more like scared of people than we are in America.
Yeah. You won one at one of the conventions, didn't you? The Abby doll.
Mm-hmm.
I think you even said like you had it already or something like that.
I won I won that whole big thing from Ox Baker. Remember, he was I think he didn't want to travel back with all his stuff. And so they took all the stuff off his table, and they like did a raffle. It was like $1, and I won all of it.
Does the dog come with FC?
It was cool.
Oh,
Hey, Jack and Intro.
Yes, sir.
Jack, wasn't Abdullah the Butcher wasn't he trying to get some trainee on your show so you could interview him and you guys would let him on or something? And he said he's crying. The boy's.
The idea
Okay.
was. I'm just trying to find. I'll be right back. I'm going to try to find my Abby doll here.
Okay.
Then I'll.
Yeah, Jack could probably tell that story better than I, but yeah, there was a situation where he was trying to arrange for Abdullah the Butcher himself to come on the show, and it ended up like Abby wanted Jack to just interview one of his trainees, and
Was it Hannibal?
no, it wasn't Hannibal. It was somebody else. Yeah.
There was some guy who said, "You're making the boy cry. The kid's crying," or something like this.
I'm trying to remember how he got around to him saying that you'll make the boy cry, but I forget. I think
he's gonna cry.
Yeah.
He's trying to get into business. Wow. Okay.
And that's from a man that couldn't read. So
yeah,
he was sending emails.
Go figure. So it was probably him.
Right. It's always the people who call themselves businessmen and stuff that like make it the most difficult to do actual business and like get the thing done. Like, I just want to talk to you, you big blobby fat guy. Come on, like show me your fork. Show me your fork. I just want to see the fork.
He tried to sell me a fork at the convention. He was like,
"Oh no,
like you want to buy a fork?" And that's kind of where I got the idea to sign my fork and try to sell.
Hell yeah! I like that fork a lot more now.
It never sold though. I don't know if I still have it or not, but Nobody wanted my fork. But yeah, he
Yeah,
would take
forks
like
the next
forks from
pan.
the hotel. He took like forks. I think they were from the hotel, and he would just like wrap tape on it and then sign it, and then he would just.
Oh my god! Like at continental breakfast time, he'll just like grab all the forks,
grab a few forks, and
like with the scrambled eggs. He's like, puts them in his pocket, all the forks,
and then
that's
goes and
hilarious.
kills them. Yeah.
Gig himself right quick, then put the ketchup on his head and put it back.
Yeah, and then the next year we were there, he was outside trying to sell like autographs and stuff because he wasn't invited to the convention. And so he was just standing outside and talking to the fans and trying to sell stuff. And
Oh my god!
I think the promoter that we're not cool with anymore, he told him he had to leave. So, but Abdullah, and there was another story where he wouldn't even like talk to the people that was like sitting at his table, because like they had a thing where you could eat dinner with a wrestler, and he wouldn't even like speak to him. He had like an interpreter to talk to the people around the table. So
Yeah, that was at the fan fest we were at.
Mhm.
Like he wouldn't let people talk to him directly. You'd have to talk through this other guy, this manager.
Oh my god!
Did you find it?
No, it's a stuffed. I know what the one you're talking about, and I still have two of those. Those are upstairs. But I have a stuffed one that I used to have on the shelf sometimes, and I know he's around here, but I don't know where exactly. But it was a stuffed one, and he has chains on for some reason. It's from Japan,
Oh.
and it's slightly racist looking. It's weird, but
Oh my god!
They don't mean it that way, no. They don't mean it that way. They just.
He's like, I really want to show it to you.
No, they don't mean it in a malicious way. They just like see our features and draw them, like our lips and kind of the nose and stuff. They don't mean any harm. They're not they're Japanese people aren't like that.
That's not what they told me.
It is a really cool thing.
I'm joking. That's awful. They told me something different.
Oh, cool.
Lexar had a question for you earlier, Bruce. He was asking if you spoke some language to your former employers. Lexar?
Portuguese.
Brazil.
No, okay. Busisco says he took German classes in high school. So he spoke German to his Brazilian coworkers.
No, I didn't try to get the whole Nazi connection going, but anyway. But
these are two
Whoa.
patches that I have. I should put them on something. So it's these are from Japan too. I think it's Stan Hansen doing the lariat to Vader, and it's Abby carving up Bruiser Brody.
Oh
wow, that's
Hey, Jack,
awesome.
Is that the match? Is that the match where Bruiser hung Abdullah the Butcher? And is that the same match?
Yeah, I don't know.
With the cord.
Yeah.
That's a fat guy too. It's a lot of weight.
This I should put on a shirt, maybe. This is
Hell yeah.
This is Troy drew it, and then I did the color. It's
That don't
Abdullah
look
the
like
Butcher.
Abdullah the Butcher. That looks like that Matt Tremont dude without the beard.
Well, I like to see you.
I like it a lot. I like Troy's drawings. They're really cool.
Looks a lot like the Mongolian.
That's pretty cool.
I like it.
I like it too.
Now Abdullah is like Middle Eastern. He isn't he's a little lighter.
He's from New Brunswick.
He looks good. New Brunswick, Connecticut?
Yeah.
Canada.
Canada. Oh, okay. I'm kind of dumb. Sorry.
Doesn't he have a steakhouse in Atlanta?
No, not anymore. He used to.
The CDC closed it down or something.
There's John Popper with Abby.
Damn, I'm as big as Abby there.
Oh,
I thought it was John
AWA,
Popper.
Wow, Jack, that's pretty cool. You came a long way, man. It's like impressive.
Yeah, well, sometimes when I see
He
those
almost
pictures,
died.
But,
Yeah.
Coasty, did he asked you a question about Abby getting when he said he made my boy cry and all? How'd it come around to that?
oh yeah. So I was trying to get
Oh, yeah.
Abdullah on the show, and as part of the deal, he wanted us to interview some guy that he was mentoring, and that's fine. That's actually happened before on the show. If you're wondering why Tatevik the Gamer was on the show, it was a similar deal, but with someone else who actually did come on the show. So that's fine. That's fine. Interview, I'll come on the show, but give some, props to whoever. And so then he wanted, it kept like changing to like, he was going to come on, then we'd have this person on. And then it was like, well, you interview them. And eventually, for whatever reason, I ended up canceling it because he kept like changing like stuff and demanding stuff. And then he's like, you're making the boy cry. This is one of his final responses. And then we started hearing rumors that this, I don't want to say, well, there are rumors, but that he was giving like favors to Abby. So I don't know. But he never ended up being
gonna make to me.
So that's the original picture.
Nice.
Signed by Abby.
That's sweet. It's awesome.
I love the eyes.
Man, when you bring pictures to people, like half the time they're just like, oh, that's great. And then they just like sign over the top of it and stuff.
Yeah.
It's disheartening.
Tony
Anyway.
Atlas really liked it whenever
Yeah, he did he drew a little caricature on Troy's picture.
Yeah. Well, it was off to the side. It wasn't like over.
Yeah, I mean on the page though.
Yeah.
Was it a foot?
No.
That'd be awesome. It's like you forgot the feet.
I don't know. Tony kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. Like, the whole thing with Boston wrestling went down. Oh, no, we're not talking about that, Luda. No.
Suck all
Yeah,
them
it just
toes,
didn't.
Post.
I just didn't like how the whole Boston wrestling thing. Yeah.
I agree. Here's one Troy did too. I have a whole bunch of these on my computer upstairs. This isn't Abby, but this is Magnum.
Oh yeah.
I could do a better job now with the shading and stuff because
Yeah.
I didn't know what I was doing at that time.
Hell yeah. I like that. I like a flat style though too. Comics use that for a long time. That's cool.
So, who started drawing in your family first, you or Troy?
Oh, Troy,
Who was
draw.
the-
I don't really draw. I do the 8-bit guys, but I do the
Oh,
coloring
okay.
on these.
That's awesome. In the early 90s, coloring comic books with computers like just started. So Jack was on the ground floor of this shit. He was doing some experimental shit with his brother's artwork. It's cool.
Yeah, so
There you go.
the original Without Your Head website, the original concept was all hand drawn. So all the everything, all the banners, the main logo,
Oh wow.
was drawn, and all the interviews would be a comic book and stuff. But once we started doing it weekly, it was way too much stuff to keep up with.
Yeah. That's why people do podcasts now instead of like making scripted content. Or like people who, it's just way easier to make content. Like a lot of the whatever. Internet.
All right, let's see here. What's on your mind, Ludite?
I might try watching Raw again.
Yeah, I tried after WrestleMania, but the first 45 minutes, I was like, okay, it's just one giant promo. But it is more likely to watch it now without Vince there and Triple H running. You know what I mean? I really didn't want to support it. I really just stopped liking it, and then after the Vince stuff came out, it's like I really don't want to support this.
Yeah, you don't want to feel like wrestling fans being shit on, which is how Vince made me feel all the time.
There's me, Troy, and Annabelle being boiled by a cannibal and being ready to get eaten.
Wow. That's awesome. Fucking awesome.
So yeah, what brings you back? Did you like WrestleMania, or what made you want to I'm going to give this a shot?
That's for a while now. It seems like they didn't do angles that I would have liked. I think
the Bloodline stuff I like.
Yeah, I would have liked that, but I'd already quit, and I'd already made my mind up about Roman Reigns. But I think it sounds like it might be getting back to some of the old ways.
Yeah, I think under Triple H, as someone who grew up actually liking wrestling, and he likes the in ring. I don't know. It's just I liked NXT when he was running NXT. I agree. I'm going to give it more of a shot now.
And I do spend a lot of time with the wrestling stuff, but it's just old stuff. But maybe try the new product now that things have changed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody you want to check out that you haven't seen, you've heard about?
No, because I try to find out who everybody is when I start hearing the names.
Yeah.
I was surprised Austin Theory was white. I always thought he's a black dude. In my head, I always pictured a black dude.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, he's a fucking redhead. Okay,
now
got
you're
it.
Fuck this guy.
I never pictured that in my head. When I heard Austin Theory, I was always like, black dude.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Just,
I dropped my thing here. Now, I'll just take this. I must have dropped my Samoa Joe. I was looking for the Abby.
Ain't that always the way?
They're alive.
I can't believe I couldn't find my Abby.
Is that what you call your dildos?
Yeah, what would be good? What if you had sex toys?
They're all just big fists.
If you had sex toys named after your favorite wrestlers, what would they be? What would you call them? I mean, I'd have to have a Piper. That was my guy.
Yeah, Bruiser Brody is definitely a good dildo
If
name.
you want to pull out the Bruiser Brody, you're in for a rough night.
You look at the woman's eyes, you go get me the bad news, Alan.
I can't wait for Incher to come back.
I'd name him after the Headyverse.
Is there any wrestler named Big Cock? No. Okay.
Big Dick Dudley.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. Okay, there we go. Big Dick Dudley. That's a good one.
A lot of dirty.
Maybe even Big Show.
Dirty Dick Slater. That'd be awesome. You don't want me to get dirty dick out, do you?
What was the guy that would just wear like the Speedos and he'd come out? Something Johnson.
Big Dick
Johnson.
Big Dick Johnson.
Victor.
He looks kind of like Incher, Big Dick Johnson.
That dude who oiled himself up and like would dance around for Vince.
Yeah.
That guy. Oh, okay, yeah.
Him.
That was a terrible time in wrestling. I hated it.
You never lie about that. Yeah, that and Mae Young coming out and like
It's like 2003. And it's like fuck. They were like putting up the middle finger to everyone. They were like, "We own everything. Fuck you guys."
Yeah.
Here's the old woman giving birth to a fucking hand. Fuck you.
That shit, yeah.
Well, apparently really old vibrators were in the shape of a hand, and that's why they did that.
Hell yeah.
Of course, Vince would know.
It's a full insertion dildo. You have to put it inside of you. Yeah.
Oh man.
You have to get a doctor to take it out.
Not that close to my doctor. Staying in there.
You know, I saw something, but I don't know if it's appropriate to bring it up on In Your Head. But it's along the lines of this conversation, but I think it might be too much.
Oh my God.
How can I clean this up? Okay, two people that can't physically have children, there's a remedy for that. There's something you can buy that you can put in the rectum that's in the shape of your child, your newborn.
Oh
you know, whenever you have dinner, you give birth literally. Yeah.
No, it's a prostate stimulator kind of thing, right?
Something like that.
In Saturday Night Live, they have this sketch where they're like, "Oh, take this pill," and it's like a big, huge butt insertion thing, but it's in the shape of a pill. And oh, honey, we just shove it up your father's ass when he needs to get an erection. Here, it's in a prescription, and they take it, and then like they say they have to wash it afterwards. So kind of like that.
It's in the shape of your yeah. I could just imagine Incher came to his desk and then he got up and went back to the kitchen. Basically,
I'm just trying to draw this along so you can hear all this shit. Oh my God.
Oh man.
Mm-hmm.
There's Beautiful Bobby and Dennis Condrey and Jim Cornette in the Express.
That's awesome.
Jim Cornette liked it. And
so what would Troy say is influence?
Oh, you made shirts of it? That's sweet. Hell yeah. Back then, shirts were hard to get too. You had to go to a printer.
Cost a lot more to make them then, yeah.
I had shirts made in my artwork, and that's fucking expensive as fuck. Kind of. Yep. For a young person.
You'll have to ask him Thursday. He'll be on the Without Your Head Thursday, who his influences were, Troy.
Oh.
Oh, okay. I'll ask that question in the.
Yeah.
I'll pick my time to ask because I know you guys have like guests and stuff, and you just try to stay on focus.
Yeah, but after the guest, we will talk about stuff, so that'll work out.
Yeah.
Unless he is around the chat. So Incher's I don't know what Incher is doing. I think he's rubbing one out. But did you watch Windy City Riot Friday?
He took a prescription up the ass.
What's on Goosey's mind?
Goosey.
Raw. I gave it a chance to, and if there was one thing I would look forward to, the one thing I wanted to have done, Chad Gable turning heel is definitely not it.
Good night to Pepe. We all have your back, Pepe. Good luck with the surgery tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Who fucking cares about not Pepe? No.
Yeah.
We love you.
About Chad Gable.
No, who fucking cares about Chad Gable? The only interesting storyline is going to be the bloodline now. So it looks like Solo Sikoa is like stepping up their game. Jacob.
I don't see Solo really taking off in that role. He doesn't have the personality.
They're just shoving him down our throat, kind of thing. I'm sorry.
Now they brought in Tama Tonga.
Jacob Fatu, I think, could work.
Yeah.
Now they brought in Tama Tonga, and it looks like it's going to be Usos.
I saw people really excited about a potential civil war between them. I don't think that'll be that good, honestly.
Yeah. I don't want to see that.
No, it's going to be like all the guys wrestling each other. Like, I mean, the Usos match was the worst match on WrestleMania. So if it's like that, I don't have high hopes. If it's Rock versus Roman, I think that could be good. But like, I don't know.
I think
I want to see the Bloodline united. I want to see the
Yeah,
Bloodline do like an NWO type
wasn't
thing, you
good.
know, where they
Yeah, it
just
wasn't really good. Team Red versus Team Black and White, and
yeah,
that was kind of when the NWO really went downhill.
exactly. You know, just unite them again, and they can just run roughshod all over the WWE. You know, bring it back to that Attitude Era.
Yeah, I like the
That's what
idea.
I
I think it would be cool if they. So now they have Solo trying to be the leader, and he gets beat by Cody, and they keep trying different leaders, and then eventually, Roman comes back, or someone new like Jacob Fatu or something. And then it's reestablishing the bloodline. The bloodline strikes back. It's like the second Star Wars.
I want to see the gang, like the bloodline, go after people like a gang, like NWO, but then everyone else beat the gang and run them out of town. Be like, no gangs here.
Yeah, they
The good guys win.
Ooh,
Cody Rhodes.
yeah, okay.
Has there ever been a successful like wrestling invasion? Has there ever been one that
I
actually
brought this
succeeded
up
in?
years ago. No. And when they did the ECW invasion of TNA, my idea was, because TNA was really wasn't happening at the time, they should have had the ECW guys win, and then just this was when it was still TNA, and just rename the promotion. You couldn't have done ECW, but have the invaders win. I will do it now because WWE is like really hot, but I think that would be a good angle for like a show that like people are don't like anymore.
You know when they did that? Memphis invaded out the Monarch territory.
Oh yeah, and they renamed it. Yeah, the IWCCW.
Good one. Oh, and also AAA, well, the Foreign Legion, Conan's faction. He won a match where he took over and Foreign Legion.
It was such a long name though,
power.
the IWCCW. That's too long of a name.
Yeah.
You can't sit in the crowd and be chanting IWCCW. IW. I guess that kind of works.
That's pretty catchy. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
IWCCW.
Good one, Jack.
Just have to write it on your hand at first, just so you got all the letters right. But after that,
Anybody watch Supercard of Honor?
Supercard of Honor.
I didn't see it.
Answer probably saw it.
Yeah.
Am I often thinking that like Tony Khan's version of ROH is like eerily similar to WWE's version of ECW?
I don't think it's
like
to that
just grabbed his
level.
heart.
I just think it's kind of it's just kind of there.
They're
It's just
putting
a
over
bit
nobody.
base.
The pay-per-views I've seen have been really good. I just didn't see his last one. But
It's
I
like-
think if you buy a show or a promotion and there's not an actual TV, it's just like doesn't really. What's the point of it?
Yeah,
I
there's
personally think
shows.
it was pointless buying Ring of Honor and have no show for it.
Like would Mark Briscoe have this run if Jay didn't die?
I don't agree
Hold
with
on.
that. I actually that's one of my favorite parts is Mark Briscoe.
It's just like when people die, that's what happens. You can't take that out of like
Oh, he
that
is super old.
being in existence. But
And he's the tie to the original ROH. I mean,
I liked his
that's-
brother more as a wrestler, but
yeah, I think that's kind of shitty to be like. Nah,
he's
fuck
dead
this
though.
guy.
Yeah, so you can't
Intro,
really.
did you see the New Japan?
No, I did not see the New Japan show. No,
Troy had asked you.
I watched the Ring of Honor show, but I did not see the New Japan one. I didn't even know about it, honestly.
Abdullah is from Dave Deadman's home. I wonder if Dave Deadman was the boy that we made cry. Is that how we found Dave? Is that how you found the show?
See, you'd almost want that interview now, the boy that we made cry.
Yeah, we need boy. If you're out there and you're still crying, we want you to get back. Come on the show. We'll make you happy.
People pleasers.
So here's
Happy
from
ending.
Pepe. Pepe, he says he loves us.
Oh,
We love
get
you too,
well.
Pepe. Good luck on the surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Get well, man. Get well.
Oh, hold on. I got to turn this up.
Thank you, everybody. Look at my ginormous welt.
Oh my.
Thank you, everybody. I hope y'all have a good night. I'm gonna have tendon repair surgery on my knee tomorrow. Kind of nervous, kind of scared. Yeah, I was in a motorcycle wreck and I landed straight on my head. Ripped a big old fist-sized hole in my kneecap to where you can see my bone, and it tore my tendon. I'm all right. Just a little beat up. Have a great night, everybody.
Feel better soon, Pepe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good man.
Now, would there be like rehab after this, or is he just going straight home? Did he mention?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't know yet either.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Rehab.
You'll have to.
If he had ripped a lot of things.
Yeah. You have to.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before we go to the questions? I think Steven's just jumped ship, and he's just he thinks he's too big for In Your Head. He's just
He said he had
No, don't say that.
He's like,
He said he had trouble getting on last week, is what he said. I don't know what the deal was. He never
They're
did
not
fill us
problems
in.
getting on. They're problems getting off.
I never have any problems with that, Ludite. Booyah! Yeah! No Blue Chew needed here, Incher. Ah!
Oh.
Incher finishes me off every time. Bam!
I was thinking about gravy when you said that. I don't know why, but
Gravy.
fucking gross.
I got some gravy for Incher's biscuits, if you know what I'm saying.
Finish it off, and I like gravy.
Fantasizing again.
Now, no, I know what's called In Your Head.
Biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravy.
Exactly what I was thinking of.
Baby, all that I am. Ain't no ham and egg. Something you always been. Hell yeah. All right, Insure.
Bad
Yes,
song.
sir.
I'm just teasing about Stevie, that bitch. Hit the like button, subscribe, share this out, and if you can, Venmo, Headyverse, or Super Chat, and it'll help support the show. Or join the Headyverse here. It starts only $3. All right, Inch Man. Tony Obasta wants to know. Apparently, Ivar challenged Obafemi for the NXT North American title. Are you fucking pumped?
Who the fuck is Obafemi?
You'll find out soon enough when you jump back in.
Fuck hell yeah.
This is
we
why
can.
Lunite's jumping back in. He needs to see the big Ivar versus Obafemi feud.
Obafemi.
I like those guys originally. Like,
I only know Ivar.
I liked them in ROH. Those guys.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ivar, Sheamus is back. Are you fucking?
I only know Ivar because of Sarah.
Hell yeah.
Man, Coast, he's got the hots. You can see love in his eyes. Coast is looking at the screen, thinking about Sarah Logan, how Intry used to look at me when we went to Fan Fest.
That's highly inaccurate.
Oh, wow.
Night, guys.
Vic, we barely heard from you, Vic.
We barely knew you.
Well,
come on.
You're here though. Hi.
Ah! What are you bitching about now, Lexar?
Questions.
Calm down. We're getting to them. Now I'm going to take even slower.
Just a million questions swirling around in the air.
My phone's at 15% right now.
That's a you problem, not a me problem.
My phone's plugged into a charger. Do you have a charger?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
You share it with your mom, though, right?
no, it's in another room.
Oh, why am I such an asshole? I'm sorry.
Lexar wants to know.
There you
Sexy
go.
Lexi wants to know.
I got you covered.
You're getting him a charger?
WWE boasts
Yeah, I got you
WrestleMania
covered,
40 with an all-time attendance, most streamed, most merchandise sold in the largest gate. Are you impressed?
Nope.
Yeah, that's good for them.
Yeah, that's
It
good.
don't do me no good, but it's good for them.
That's good.
Yeah, it's like someone telling you that they have a big cock. It's like, so? Sorry. Okay. That's mine.
Ukulele.
I'm really thinking about resurrecting that
Ukulele.
your neighbor. What's his name?
Mr. Small.
I really need to bring him back.
The interest, the power of time travel. He's going to go back and stop Lexar from jacking it. And then he's got the power of resurrection, and he's going to bring back old Mr. Small to troll me. So how the hell can you get so bad shape out of a little push? Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are taking time away from TV. I hear that's a lie spread by Davey Boy Meltzer, who don't know shit, because Becky Lynch is on tour in the UK, and she even tweeted out, "I thought I was taking time off." So that Meltzer, he is a liar. Well, maybe not lying, but he had misinformation.
Did she show up to Raw or something?
Well, she's going to be on this tour to UK.
Oh.
And she was trolling Meltzer for making stuff up.
Oh, that's
or having wrong info. Not necessarily making stuff up, but he was not correct. His look, I
feeding them bogus.
I read the Observer and listened to Dave for decades, but his last couple of years, he's really done a number to his
reputation.
His look, yeah, his reputation.
100%. Yeah, I agree.
Now, then he was saying stuff about Mike Johnson, and Mike Johnson just called him out on it, saying, "I never said this."
Fucking asshole.
And then he wouldn't even apologize.
The baby oil guy again?
No, Mike Johnson from One Wrestling.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the baby oil guy and making a joke.
PWindsor.com, yeah.
Sorry.
Thoughts on Tony Khan comments on a potential working. Look, this stuff makes it hard for me to go to. I want AEW to do well. I love the show. I like the wrestling better, but Tony Khan's like coming out and saying like, I you know what, guys, I'll work with WWE. Yeah, but that don't mean they want to. You just like kind of lame even saying it.
And all he says is, "Oh, the circumstances are right." Like,
don't even say it.
Is he putting out peace feelers?
They're not gonna do it.
Yeah. Well, he had a lot of backlash because he didn't let Dustin go to Cody's.
Yeah, but they don't let them do that. He let Jericho go. The thing is though.
So maybe that was
Khan
an
gets
answer
all this
to that.
shit. He's not a boss. He's not a boss. Then if he does do something, like he's an asshole. So no matter what he does, it's like a no-win situation. But like he let guys go on the WWE. He let Jericho do an interview on the WWE Network with Austin, and but then anything reversed, they won't let their guys. So eventually, you have to be like, I can't just let my guys do anything, and they don't give me anything in return. Eric Bischoff appeared on an XPW video with Ricky Shane. Are you intrigued?
Who's that?
I don't know.
Ricky Shane. Eric Bischoff's doing some shit lately. He's doing something.
Shane Page or something.
Ricky Shane Page appeared on AEW Dark a few times, so.
You gonna be a manager or something?
Was it like a podcast? I don't know. I have no idea what this means. When Incher went to Dynamite, which of these people he had to sit next to? Couples who have PDA. What's PDA?
Public displays. Of
Public
affection.
display of affection.
Jeez.
Licking each other's earlobes. Hmm.
They were just butt fucking right there.
What smells? Oh, they're fucking their ass.
Children who yell.
There was no children that yelled.
Was anyone, making?
No, there was a couple, but they weren't making out.
And were marks yell and look. Now this is all how marks who yell. So what do you want? People just sitting there in total silence?
Like a Japanese crowd. That's what they want.
Yeah.
I would say everybody that I sat beside at the show was appropriate. I had fun, and there wasn't any like screaming of Ruby Soho song whenever she came out or anything. There wasn't anything like that.
Now, did you see this post I shared by Marty Jannetty? He was like, "I just kissed my girl and tasted my own dick."
How does he know it?
Yeah, I saw that.
I commented on it. I don't know what I said.
How does he know it?
Maybe that's a very distinct flavor.
My own dick.
Yeah, pina colada.
And she goes, "Oh,
Like the air freshener.
She goes, "Oh, don't worry, it's not yours."
And then Lexar followed up with, "I just
I did not post that.
bag and tasted my own dick."
I did not post that.
Now we know who posted that. Jackie
I did
Jones.
it. Sorry, I did.
It
No.
says right there, Christian Calero.
That's not me. I didn't even post that.
That's
I
not
even
me.
looked.
That's a picture of you.
I even looked at my own profile to see if I did it. No,
I
it's
kissed-
just full of It's just full of WrestleMania videos and photos.
Looks legit to me.
WrestleMania.
Did you get hacked, Lexar?
Yeah, I got hacked
There you go.
by Mr. Hack himself, Jackie Jones.
I could really hack you if you want. That'd be sweet.
What do you think? Looks all in the up and up to me. I say it's good. We'll get the in your head judge on it. We'll take it to Heady Court. Did Incher shower? Lexar wants to know, did Incher shower before you went to Dynamite?
Yeah, sure. I shower every day.
Did you shower right
know,
before
it's
the
not like
event
that.
or like in the morning?
Was it a golden shower?
Oh, God.
You know what? To be honest, I didn't shower before I went to the event.
Damn!
I woke up and I was like, I was tired. I don't feel like showering. Well, I care.
I'm not going to get laid at the wrestling event.
Yeah. Well, so I just went.
What
Maybe
would you
not
like
an
to
AEW.
Incher and use all get a bad BO? What would you do?
I just like pull a shirt over my nose. I just like, Incher, how come you don't shower?
Oh, I just did.
Because like male wrestling fans, typically AEW online fans, they've been like criticized for not taking a shower.
No,
Well, that's just stupid. I mean, like it's not rolling. Like people be like, they go to each show and like, oh, the AEW guys, they don't smell it. I mean,
I heard
last-
Comic-Con gets pretty stinky.
well, who does?
The Comic-Con, I heard like that crowd is pretty stinky. Comic-Con or
Oh, probably. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen those videos in Lexar posts from like those the ball torture wrestling he goes to, and those people look like they probably haven't showered for a while.
Uh-oh.
Or
Yeah.
if you consider that guy drinking his own piss, maybe.
I mean, there's a guy drinking a jug of his own
What?
piss. in the crowd,
How
so-
old is the piss? Is it like new piss or old
Hell
piss?
yeah, fucking piss jug.
It's piss, bro.
There's a difference, man.
He's dead. He's dead.
So that's a message out there for everyone. Don't be drinking drugs to piss.
Old
Did he
piss.
drink? Did he eat asparagus or before? Or... I guess there's nuances. Huh?
Do you shower, Lexar, before you go to shows?
Absolutely. I took a shower before WrestleMania.
I try to be as stinky as possible. I'm just like, I'm not going to shower for 3 days.
Inter gets stinky, starts yelling like a mark. He starts making out with everybody near him.
Gets like a dog shit, puts it in his pocket, like just in case.
I try to be as annoying as possible.
He brings a baby.
Yeah, full of a diaper full baby.
Doesn't know where he got it.
You can do the Rikishi thing.
Why do you get
We
so
got the
pissed
special
about-
tights to wash.
Lexar, why does it make you so mad when people show affection?
It makes me sick.
Oh no, Dr.
like-
Jack, do we need to go here?
You want to be like, you want people to be like, wait till marriage or like,
Now just wait till you get to your hotel room or
It's not up against
something.
somebody that doesn't know you.
So
wait till you get to the bathroom.
Yeah, get to the bathroom, get to your like
You ever do
street
that?
level.
After the Divas match, you run to the bathroom at the arena and just, start going to town on yourself.
From
No.
a guy that used to talk about running up against people on the bus.
the bus.
The West Virginia crowd. They had some bad aim because there was like piss all over the damn bathroom.
Oh, good
it was
lord.
pretty
In
nasty.
the aisles?
No, not the aisles, the bathroom floor. Like, oh,
What they do in the WV, literally.
no.
I
don't know.
They call that a lesson.
I
Maybe
probably
they're
rather
old
would have if I had to have gone to the like number 2 there.
Yeah.
I probably would have said, screw it, I ain't going in this filth. I'd rather just shit myself. It was awful.
That's pretty bad.
Oh no.
Do you
Sometimes I
They
have
were
to
probably
like.
old men with bad
guys,
streaming.
when you guys go to the shows, does
No, actually, the bathroom is really clean in Boston.
Really?
Last one I went to. Yeah.
I go to some places and like the piss is all over the floor, so I'd have to like stand all weird to not step in piss.
The rest
And I'll be like-
is really clean, but I mean the bathrooms in Boston, like in the bus station, are really bad. But it's because they're filled with drug addicts.
Well,
Same as our town.
I hear drugs
Same as
make you
mine.
really constipated, so that's kind of weird.
No, I mean it's not.
That's
filled,
lean.
They're just strung out, laying in the.
I'm joking. Yeah.
The lean does that. You drink the lean, it makes you constipated.
They're praying for the turd to come out. That's why they're sitting on the stall.
it was pretty
Like-
filthy though.
Like Beavis, like, please come out. I would love that part.
Oh man.
Anyway,
Last Sunday, A&E and WWE presented a new season of Hidden Treasures. Last week was a special 2-hour special on WCW memorabilia featuring Harlem Heat and the Steiner Brothers. This week is Dusty Rhodes featuring Cody Rhodes. Are you intrigued?
I didn't realize that was on. And I recorded it because I had it set up to record like those documentaries, but I guess they're done with those. So I'm looking forward to watching it. That'll be good.
oh,
That'll be good.
do you
Yeah.
like Dusty Rhodes?
Who, me?
Enter? Yeah.
I don't like Dusty Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes.
What?
I like Dustin. All right.
Okay.
He's probably my favorite of the Rhodes crew.
Yep.
Once
The
upon a
most
time-
boring. Well, except for Goldust. I'm sorry.
The
Yeah,
next
they
no,
go mission, man.
the next time Jack or Incher go to any wrestling show, will they bring replica championship belts to show off the marks? Nope.
I need to. Yeah. Need
I-
to bring like a big belt. Just
We
to
need in your head belts.
Mhm.
We need
Like
to
the
start a
Waffle House
GoFundMe to people can fund the in your head titles, and me and Intro walk around to
Mhm.
conventions wearing the titles.
I can
Jack,
have
that's
the
a
men.
great idea.
Jack have the.
Yeah, Heady versus Titles.
That's a great idea, actually. We could kind of do like a BTE thing where we have skits and we have
Hell
like
yeah.
games and you can win the title and stuff.
That'd be
Ping
sweet.
pong, or maybe like a catch-up game or something. You can each of us catch up.
How much floor space are we going to need with this? All these floor games. I'm joking. Cornhole.
Big into the cornhole, I believe.
We could have Hetty Con in a field or a parking lot.
I had a corn dog yesterday, ain't you?
You ate a corn dog?
No, I bought one for my mom.
Oh, really?
Mm.
See, it's a fine lady. She likes corn dogs.
Yeah, she likes that stuff. I haven't bought anything from WWE Superstore during WrestleMania weekend. Will some items show up on Shop or eBay? I would
How
assume.
do we know?
If there's only a way to find out, Lexar, you could, go to eBay or WWE Shop and look.
Fucking
Will you purchase and wear wrestling bootleg shirts? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that. Should there be multiple flavored Blue Chew pills like grape, orange, apple, watermelon, and cherry?
What the fuck?
It's those chewable vitamins, man. It's just at that point.
Man, my theory on drugs is it could taste like dog shit as long as it works. So all this different flavor shit is bullshit. As long as it gives you a huge raging boner. It could taste like fucking drinking ammonia.
I take my vitamins as gummies, and I do like I like them to be have the flavor.
Come on.
I do.
I just like straight lining it.
I eat gummy, my daily vitamin, gummy vitamin C, and gummy probiotic every morning, and then I take some other supplements.
Man, my vitamin's like this big, and it tastes like sawdust. And I fucking love it.
A big multivitamin.
No, it's good. I like it. It's normal.
Where do you stick it?
In my ear. I can't hear you right now. Sorry. Good question, though.
Lexar says there's rumors of a Monopoly movie. Are you intrigued?
Who's gonna play
Fucking
the
thrilled.
A what?
Who's gonna play the shoe?
I used to collect them until they made so many, but I am a Monopoly fan. I actually have Monopoly on my phone. I play Monopoly.
Yeah. Tom Holloway is the shoe.
Brad Pitt is the tiny little dog.
Yeah.
Money bags. I don't know how you make that into a movie.
Joey Lawrence is the Monopoly guy.
Yeah.
Because he's all bald now.
Everybody fights over to play the race car.
He has alopecia, I think. I'm an asshole.
Lexar, which
Joey
board game
Lawrence,
is a good movie? I do have an answer for that.
Whoa.
Hungry Hippos. That's the movie I want to see, intro. Hungry Hippos.
That would be a interesting take.
People getting eaten by big ass hippos. Now that's a movie.
They can like crush some serious
Hippos are very dangerous.
Hungry Hippos, the name of the game. That's a good game. What do you want to see? Yahtzee the movie?
Operations.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, you can see Operation the movie. Like, you can see like films on that.
That's
That'd
like
be like-
Hostel.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Hostel
Yeah,
is.
that'd be on like without your head. Review that on without your head or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
But they made a Battleship movie, right? Battleship.
Yeah, they made Battleship. They made Clue.
Oh my god.
Clue.
Chinese.
You don't know
checkers
Clue?
movie.
My imagine is so
Hell
much
yeah.
greater than all of those movies.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Mancala. I was gonna make that.
Well, Jack, Subway Surf. What's that even mean?
It means that you go on top of a moving train and you try to balance yourself while it's moving.
No, but I mentioned
Wow.
this before, but, I had my friends in high school. The one guy would jump off there was a train, a regular train locomotive that would go. They had like a train bridge by his house, and he would jump off the bridge onto the moving train. And then his friend, our mutual friend Brian, tried to do the same thing, but he just fell straight down.
Oh my God.
Did he die?
No, but he was a real big, heavy guy, so I have no idea why he tried that. It was crazy. And then when they called 911, they thought he was trying to kill himself. But it wasn't very high. It was only 10 feet. I mean, it was a small train bridge, so the train was right there. But still, like, I don't know why anyone would do this, but he was like a big, heavy guy, so it was really crazy.
He's lucky to be alive, honestly.
But the other kid who did it, he ended up becoming an Army Ranger, so he was pretty like athletic anyway. But
One's a ranger and the other has a cane.
And now he's in prison.
Whoa! What do you do?
His parents were part of a motorcycle gang, and after he got out of the Army, he was smuggling guns over state lines, which is part of like
Rico. Yeah,
he went to. I think he's still in there for a long, long time.
That's how they get bikers a lot. My parents were affiliated, kind of.
Lexar wants to know how many kids did Incher want to have when he was in his 20s?
How many kids did I want to have when I was in my 20s?
Yeah.
Probably like none. Like
mission accomplished.
I didn't want to like have a child if I wasn't able to support a child. So
good answer.
Incher wanted to be a deadbeat dad. And
yeah,
They wanted to have like 8 of them.
Yeah.
I wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really want to have children.
I think you need like when you were in your 20s, like how many did you eventually want to have?
Oh, like when you were. I never wanted children, but I don't know about anyone.
I mean, I don't know, maybe 2. I don't know, 3.
How about you, Lexar? You wanted a big family?
My mom wanted me to have a big family. Actually, one of my aunts wanted me to have a big family, but like, no females, bunch of whores.
Well, they're probably it was male whores.
Female whores.
They know just.
He's saying horse. 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 Yes, okay. I got you, horse.
Yeah, I don't know why you don't have any girlfriends.
I had one girlfriend, but she was like she like cheated on me with another guy, and then that guy that she cheated on, he cheated on her with another girl, so they both split up.
Damn. Well, if you have a girlfriend, you have to feel affection, and you're very anti-affection.
Just a web of cheating.
Now you let her shoot through the
Web of
rope.
cheating. There you go, Incher. The web of
Not
cheating.
away.
Well, if
Web
you
of
let me
lie.
try to hook you up with a prisoner, maybe you could get a nice young lady out of jail, and you guys could settle down when she gets out of prison and start a family.
She could move in with you and your mom, and
I think me and Patrick Howe should duke it out for the affection of Geraldine.
Well, she has a say in this too. It's not just like if I
That's
beat up
very
Patrick
rape.
Howe, now Geraldine has to be my lover. It's like
They're kind of
Maybe
going
she has a lover. Maybe we don't know about.
They're kind of going into it like Mr. Small would have.
they're just gonna grab her and carry her into the.
Yeah.
He's gonna jump out with his shovel in front of Patrick Howe. Like, oh, it's mine, and just grab her and run inside. Then Patrick Howe's gonna throw a tomato at Lexar's house.
and then I'm gonna tear down all the ghosts out of their yard and set them on fire.
Damn.
So all you guys
No,
are
that's
gonna
my
lose.
gimmick. No, you can't do that. That's my gimmick.
Oh, the
not if you're the old man.
Did this guy that
Whatever.
cheated on your girlfriend
Premise.
seriously get burned alive in a house fire?
I don't know. That's just a mystery. They just split up.
Tyler wants to know, would Incher walk a mile of track to gain the ability to poffo himself?
No, I'm not interested in that.
Good night. My phone's running
Lexar.
out.
Good night, boy.
See you later, Lexar.
Yeah,
Here.
his phone mysteriously dies when we exactly when we finish his last question.
Very suspect. Very suspect.
I wouldn't have known that fact unless you would have said it. Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, exactly. When I looked over, I actually thought there was a bald guy's head popping up in front of Coast, and then I realized it's his knee. Like, what the hell's
There's
going
some
on
dude
over
down there.
We're all bald here.
What the hell's going on over there?
Yeah, this is a weird.
It's all
Okay.
bald in here. My knee, my head, all that.
It's the PDA going over in the Coast. Oh.
Ghost is getting after it.
Jonathan Jackson, when was the last time you tasted your own dick from someone else's lips?
I haven't had a girlfriend 15 years, but not with hers.
That's like a Lexar question, Jonathan. I mean, really. I think you can do better, honestly.
When will In Your Head release the alleged footage of Incher being told he ate like a child? Oh man, that would have been a great thing to like tease and post on the show.
It's like the Bruder film.
Would you take an interview with Vince McMahon with an agreement that none of his allegations or scandals be mentioned? That would be something we just like talk about, like the Melody Tents.
Yeah, just talk about wrestling.
So what's new?
Then he'd be like, I don't like talking about wrestling.
I don't know. That's like I want to say no, but if it came up, I don't know if I might have to say yes. Would you rather take a spear or jackhammer?
A spear or a jackhammer? Probably the spear for sure. I was like, jackhammer.
Take it.
He could drop you on your head or something. You know?
Yeah.
You break a rib with the spear.
There you go.
Yeah, but you could get paralyzed from getting dropped on your head. So.
And your ass is in the air.
Trump's
That's so
that,
embarrassing.
Yeah, and your ass.
Ass up, head
Yeah.
down, Incher.
Bruce makes a good point. You don't want your ass in the air.
Is this an E-drone fed cuck podcast? Yeah, there was,
What?
yeah, this was popping up on the Facebook this week. That we were accused of being an E-drone and WWE cocks.
What?
Yeah.
Is that what
Really?
like Rusev called Bobby Lashley when he was like cheating on his wife and
He
shit?
called them a cock, but yeah, we were just basically being called WWE like ball washers. You know, so.
I don't think we're nearly as positive on WWE as we are to.
No,
AEW.
I know it's very
No.
weird.
That is weird.
I question one thing that's ever happened. Like you're a fucking cock and a E-drone. What are some possible? This is Mikey B. What are some possible scenarios in which WWE would make WrestleMania a one-night event again? Probably if it would go down in popularity, but I can't imagine if they do these giant numbers that they'd ever go to one night.
What if it's an Alaskan night?
Yeah.
So I don't
Yeah.
think we'll ever see one night.
So it'd be all night,
unless
all the time.
Yeah, I think they're going to stick on it, but I don't know what could actually make them go back and start doing just one. Like, because that would be seen as like a defeat, you know?
Yeah. And they're making like bank on these because this last one was a huge success.
Yeah. I have an idea, like maybe a nuclear strike, and they'll have to do it underground, and they can't like
I think if
gather people.
it'll be like a WrestleMania week.
Yeah, you'd have to like, yeah.
I know if there's like a nuclear strike, the first thing I want to do is go to WrestleMania.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, how am I going to get to WrestleMania this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think it was bad now? They're telling us the wind temperature and the wind. And you're like, these guys are wrestling in the air. Is
I got like a
melting
Geiger
their
calendar
eyes.
thing, and like
Men are they're risking cancer just being out there.
We're being shuttled there in lead-lined buses and shit.
Everybody's got radiation poisoning and it's not. They're going, he's got a few. He's got a few.
Right.
Also, please share thoughts on the malt oatmeal line of breakfast cereal.
Oh God!
What
I think
fuck?
the only
I
one
like
I've
it.
had,
What the fuck is
I
that?
never even heard of that.
I think the only one I've had was the cinnamon toast crunch.
It's like porn.
One.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that sounds good.
it was
I
pretty
like that
good.
kind of cereal-y shit in the morning.
It was pretty
It was
good.
pretty good
I
Fruit Loops,
can't.
but-
I can't knock it. I could tell the difference though. I don't think it's exactly the same, but I think it's still pretty good.
Cinnamon toast crunch.
I had a
Mm.
candy bar
Shit
from.
toast crunch.
I had a
I don't know
candy
what-
bar. I
From
had
where?
a candy bar from Dollar General, the brand name Dollar General, and it was like caramel and sea salt and chocolate. But like I did not taste any caramel in it. It just tasted like sea salt and chocolate.
Those fuckers.
Those cheap fucks.
If you go to Dollar General Incher, try something
Yes.
called I'm sorry, we're about to walk right into this, but it's called a nut roll. But it's delicious.
Those are good.
It's like
Pearson salted nut roll are the fucking bomb.
Good God!
Yeah, those are,
you just want to be like trolled, don't you?
They're really salty.
You can't say try a nut roll on this show and
Yeah,
not expect some sort of
you gotta-
recourse.
I know, especially with this brother right here. This
It has a white creamy center.
Talk about
It's delicious.
Damn.
They're delicious. I'll buy one here. I can get them everywhere here. I'll bring it on the show.
I'm gonna bust a nut here on the
Oh
show.
man, send me. see. So, they're delicious
Caramel.
though. I love those.
I mean, it's not the first time I would see Incher with nut in his mouth.
Thanks a lot, Coast. Thanks. a lot.
Sorry,
John-
sorry.
John is good. I'll get one. We can both get them and try them here on the show.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, lady in the
Yeah,
past.
nut roll party.
Jackson wants to know, how deep would you take a spear or jackhammer?
Oh God!
Doctor's
genetic
orders.
jackhammer.
Talking about, I'm not allowed. Not allowed. Doctors told me.
So did he set us up for that one, and then he waited for the next joke? And so
I believe so. I feel
Yeah.
duped a little bit.
Start doing the balls deep spear.
he set us up.
What a dick.
That's all of them. Former guest on the Fever, Major De Beers passed away. So,
Oh, really?
Oh,
very sad.
Oh,
That's a shame.
Mhm.
yeah.
He's not very old. I saw he was taking off life support yesterday, and then he passed away this morning. So rest in
Oh.
peace to Ed Major De Beers, Ed Jones on Facebook. I've been friends with him for
Wow.
2010. But yeah, he's a good guy. Indie wrestler.
Oh.
All right, Inchman. Anything
was it
else?
ever explained how?
Go on.
Was it ever explained what happened to Jimmy Jam? Was that ever?
No,
So
I didn't get any. He gave me an address where I could send an envelope where he could send back some information on his funeral or something like that, and I just
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I had the right information or not, and
Yeah.
I never did follow through with it, but I did want to know.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to his dad. Yeah, it was rough.
I never met him, but I know who he is from your show.
Yeah.
So he's a great person. I love
Jimmy
him
Jam.
in my memory.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's a good dude.
Jim of the Jam. You better have. Oh, Jim of the Jam.
You sure I get Stream Daddy accounts just in his honor?
Yeah, and it's too bad Jimmy Jam wasn't around for the video era of In Your Head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He would have enjoyed that.
Oh yeah,
most definitely.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Jam. We should name. We should actually rename one of the Headies the Jimmy Jam Award.
Mm-hmm.
hell yeah.
Hell,
Most enthusiastic.
Yeah, the MVP of the Headyverse every year could be the Jimmy Jam Award.
Mm-hmm.
Tingly.
Dave said he's thinking that Lexar killed that guy. Kind of probably is true. Not Jimmy Jam, the guy that he was talking
He
about.
rode up against him until
His
he
girlfriend.
died.
Yeah.
Oh
That
my
stole
god.
his girlfriend, and
Yeah. Lexar, he's a Headyverse legend here, and nothing against the man, but it might be best for all if he doesn't have offspring.
God.
Wow.
And then you close the book. Okay.
I'm just saying.
my goodness, Jackie Jones.
I don't know. Do you want him teaching a young man the way of life?
Maybe if he lived on an
Maybe.
island somewhere and couldn't get off of it and stuff.
I've heard that if having a child, it can change a person. So
Maybe it would make him upstanding.
Island of Dr. Moreau.
maybe they're making look
Oh,
at
yeah.
things differently, and then maybe not. It's hard to
That's
say.
a good way to put it, and sure. You're a glass half full kind of guy.
I'm making a BMAG statement right here on the show.
So anyone out there, if you want to send your children to Lexar,
No,
He'll like perform experiments on them, make them into rat people.
let's no, yeah,
self-addressed envelope.
no.
Speaking of Island of Dr. Moreau, Jack, have you ever had Perusa Balk on your show?
No, I've tried. I've never got a reply, but that would be a great guest.
Yeah, I can see her and Annabelle being good friends.
She was in the most horrifying movie ever, Return to Oz. Most horrifying movie ever.
I like
I
that
haven't
movie.
seen that one.
It's weird.
I had Richard Stanley on Without Your Head, though.
Oh yeah,
the original director of the Ellen and Dr. Moreau. Well, not the original, but the one that the recent one. That's a really good interview. He on that interview he predicted all the stuff with Harvey Weinstein. It was like a year before it all came out, and he told like a really awful story about Harvey Weinstein because he saw a lot of this, and like no one was really talking. And I was like, wow, that's weird. And then like a year later, all stuff came out. He was right. What were you saying, Intra? Sorry.
I was just going to ask, did they do like an Alan Smithy on the Dr. Moreau movie?
No, they got a new. He was replaced while they were making it. That's a really good documentary about it. I forget the name of it. Island of Lost Souls, I think it's called. Like that. The documentary about the making of it.
Yeah,
how it all fell apart and stuff. It was good.
Mm.
Check it out, boy.
Check.
All right. You looking for Dom, what's the pay-per-view this weekend?
It is
from Nikhil. So let me grab the
line.
Dynasty.
Dynasty, yeah.
Oh wow.
Dynasty, Kingdom, Throne, Emperor.
Wrestling.
Pretty good lineup, I think. We got
not
pretty
bad.
stacked card, honestly. We've got Okada versus Pac.
I think Okada will win.
That's good.
I think so too, but that'll be a really good match.
Hmm.
Young Bucks versus FTR in a ladder match for the champion tag champ. That'll be really good.
That's cool.
That would
I
be
want
good.
FTR.
I want the Young Bucks to win.
Well,
Super
Kyle
party. Super kick.
Super kick party. Do you think we'll see the return of Jungle Boy Jack Perry? Well, Jack Perry.
Yeah, most definitely.
I think so. I think
Scapegoat.
I noticed when the one Young Buck was wearing the scapegoat shirt, but then he had the jacket over it. Often it just said Peg on his shirt, and I was like, kind of a weird. Kyle O'Reilly versus Roderick Strong for the international title. That'll be good. But I'm not a huge Kyle O'Reilly fan. He's a good wrestler, but I just don't really care for him. But I do like Roderick Strong. I wish he did more promos again because I used to like it when he yelled, Adam!
Yeah, we saw Kyle O'Reilly in like his very early career. He was at the he was wrestling on those shows that we went to with President.
Oh, really?
Clinton. Yeah, he was on those.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I might have pictures of him then.
Yep. He was there.
Trio. Sorry.
I'll go with Roderick though. I think he's probably going to win.
Trios match: Adam Copeland, Eddie Kingston, and Mark Briscoe versus the House of Black.
I want Briscoe and Edge.
Yeah, I'm going with Briscoe.
I can't stop calling the man Edge, Adam Copeland, and Eddie Kingston.
It's a little odd though that they have two sets of trios titles and they don't have they have a trios match but not the trios titles on the show.
That's stupid.
That is a little weird.
They're drawing attention to the division. They're building groundwork.
It might well be a good match, honestly, but it's just odd. The AEW Women's title, Storm, Timeless Tony Storm versus Thunder Rosa. That should be good. I like Tony Storm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Tony Storm.
Will Ospreay versus. I'm sorry.
I think she'll keep it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Will Ospreay versus Bryan Danielson. I mean, that's going to be like probably the match of the show.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I hope he really pulls out like a great match, which I'm sure he will.
Yeah.
I mean, both of them.
Yeah. I want Ospreay to win, but yeah, it should be really good.
Good one.
Julia Hart versus Willow Nightingale for the TBS title. I think Willow's going to win, but I would prefer Julia Hart.
I kind of feel like Willow will win as well. So.
Yeah, I think she'll win to set up her versus Monet for the type. But I like Julia Hart better personally. Samoa Joe versus Swerve Strickland for the AEW World. I really thought they were going to prolong the Swerve chase, but I don't think you could have him lose now. I think it would really hurt his momentum. So I think they put the belt on Swerve.
Yeah, I think Swerve's going to win it.
I'm a big Swerve.
Title change. We're calling it right now. Title change at Dynasty. And if we didn't predict it right, don't try to get your money back from us because
you don't have any.
Yeah.
We're just broke.
Blood from a stone, my friend.
Hangman Adam Page.
There's no Hangman on this show.
No Hangman?
No. It's actually a really good show, though, and 2, 4, 6, 8 matches. So they're not like just trying to put everyone on the show, which is probably good. A lot of the names are normally on shows on here, but it'll be I don't know what the pre-show stuff is. So we'll find out. That's Sunday. Usually their pay-per-views are Saturday, but this one is on a Sunday. So we'll be back.
I prefer it on Sunday.
I do too. We'll be back next week to talk about it.
Hell yeah.
Wake 6-1. Hey, it did it again. It popped up there for a second.
What is it?
It did it again. I don't know how it does that.
It's like one of those live stream things that pops up. That's hilarious.
What did I do? I don't know what I didn't do anything other than just hold my hands up. Like maybe if it's
Somebody's hacking you.
I don't know how to do that either. Man,
I don't get it.
They think you need exercise.
I think we're gonna have to do a live stream to myself to screw with all the settings on my thing.
That's not very good. Probably if I didn't have black with black behind me, it would be better.
You
I
should
can
wear
actually
all green.
I can
I'm
actually
going
do that
green,
on.
green, but I don't really want to
Mm.
get it.
Do what? Ensure?
I can
Whoa.
actually do that now.
What?
And
Mm.
it works.
Yeah, that stuff
On
works
this
better
computer.
now than it used to.
Wow,
Oh.
I'm tripping.
It's a wall.
Does this look like?
Oh
me on
my
the
god.
Does
Man,
this look like me on the mug?
Intra's big and tall like a big brick wall.
Wow, you're just a little brick.
Remember the mug that you made, you and your brother?
The mug?
Yeah, you don't remember it?
Oh yeah. Well, that was the whole logo, and yeah.
Oh, that one's not it. I got it right here.
Let's see it, boy. Do it up, boy. See it, yeah.
Man.
Where is it at?
Oh no.
He's going through the wall. Is that possible? Oh my god.
Intra's so fucking powerful, we could just walk through walls.
It's like morphed into it. Like the fly, kind of.
You can just do anything.
Yeah. Mm. Be cool to have a shirt that had a brick pattern on it.
Now I'm back in Soho with my pink bunny.
Nice.
Maybe this will be easier. Is that better? I wonder why I get all this. It's not perfect. I like Intra just walking through the brick wall. Now his head's gone. Got his head on the wall.
Well, I know I have it, but I don't know where it's at.
Probably threw it. You probably threw it away.
Yeah,
On the other side of that giant wall.
I probably just threw it away.
I don't
No,
want
I
any-
know I have it, but where did I put it?
That was once touched by that bastard.
I'm confused now.
I'm hanging out with Lex there.
Yeah, welcome to my world. Whoa.
Maybe somebody stole it. And they're like, this is in your head merchandise. I need it.
Damn, don't give me any ideas.
Yeah, your head's really close to his crotch there.
Oh shit! I'm
What
sorry.
does it smell like?
I forgot I have all this crap in here. Here it is.
Fucking KFC fried chicken.
See, it's kind of like there it is. Check it out. Look, there it is. See, that was me. That guy there. And that was Barbie, and that was Jack in the middle.
Yeah,
by a wall.
That was our original logo.
That's awesome.
In your head,
Yeah.
spray painted on the wall, and then also if you move it to the left, yeah, no, I was the other way.
Other way.
You're right, I guess. Is the cigarette smoke there? It says Tyler.
Oh yeah,
Tyler, our webmaster, was off to the right smoking.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
See, and I kind of use it to keep pins and various items in.
I think I have a old shirt with it on. I could put up here. So I'm not sure where it is at the moment, but
That's awesome.
how come I cannot take you off? That's
cool.
You are just here now.
Like, how old is that mug? Is that mug 20 years old now?
Yeah, from 2006.
Wow.
Then get the fuck out of here, bitch.
What?
I'd rather be hanging with Geraldine. Well, then go. Get the fuck out, bitch.
You're hanging out with like a sock and like Cheetos.
Good enough for you. Get hit the bricks. No one's
Man.
making you be here.
Actually, I did. I forced him to be here.
Damn, I'm at down at the train tracks now.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Is that the wrong side?
Yeah.
My head's cold.
And the train's blocking the whole other. You can't even get to the side because of that fucking train.
Now that's an abandoned train car that I go by sometimes.
Let's say nobody arrived.
The window's literally melted. You can't see that. I have a good picture of it. I guess just sitting out there for years, I don't know, decades, or however long it's been there, and the window is literally melted. It's really weird.
It's haunted.
Wow.
Might be. Oh, now that's one. I gave one of those pens to a guy, and he went, "What'd you do that for?"
It wasn't this one. It was the other one with the handle on it. Was
the mechanical ones? Yeah.
I don't know if I have any of those.
Yeah, it was a guy, and he was in a wheelchair, and he was sitting there, and I gave him an in-your-head pen, and he was, "What'd you do that for?" and he threw it on the floor. I was like,
They're faded though.
Asshole.
Here you go. Here's what they were.
I tipped them over.
Look, I don't throw anything away.
Wow.
Look how faded it is though now.
That's cool.
That's crazy.
I always think Inter hates everything associated with the show and me, but I guess he doesn't.
Do you have any of these?
No.
See, this was the type of pen that you gave to it, which it does have a cool little thing on it. Like,
yeah, it's a nice. Someone gives you a free pen, you don't just throw it away and be all offended.
But yeah, our logo just got faded on it though.
Yeah. Well, it's like almost 20 years old.
Yeah. Jeez. God, and I still have it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should give it away.
You should sell it.
Sell it for $500.
Yeah. See, I got two of them.
You've cornered the market.
I've cornered the market on this ancient in-your-head collectible.
Now you must capitalize.
Damn. I am no damn bitch.
Says the words on a screen. Hi, words.
I got one.
Hi, words.
I got a purple edition.
That's awesome. Those are awesome.
Good boy.
Yeah. And this coaster is just like freaking destroyed, but I still have it.
Oh, my coaster broke. It shattered.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I still got
it. Awesome.
Oh.
Did you drop it or something?
Put my cup on that.
Yeah, I dropped it. It was in my I had it in my room forever, and I put my coffee cup on it, and then one day I picked the coffee cup up and it like stuck to it, and then it fell and broke.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Because I used to do the show in my bedroom, but once we started doing video, I set this up downstairs.
Go back to the old days when you used to eat while doing the show, have dinner at the same time. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I used to drink a lot of booze during the show. Now I got Jonathan Jackson.
You don't gotta do that, but yeah.
Now we get Jonathan Jackson.
Jonathan Jackson.
Jonathan Jackson.
Jonathan Jackson. This is an AI action figure I made of Jonathan Jackson.
Yeah. It's like, is that his Wii like character from Nintendo or something?
That's his. I made a Jonathan Jackson AI wrestling figure. He's got his
Pizza cutter.
Shirt says Yeet. I did not add that. The AI made the shirt.
He looks happy to be back.
Yeah. Hell yeah. It's like number one.
Uh-oh.
About ready to hack my head off with the pizza cutter.
Mm-hmm. Looks like you're about to take the Brooklyn Brawler position. Push it and pull it.
Oh, we no harm.
If
Michael
Don't mean no
Cole
harm.
hiking right.
Y'all should have listened to him. He knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Push it and pull it. I'd love to play the song in here, but we'd probably get copyright. Anybody have?
Is there a Kamala estate that would sue or something like that?
No. He doesn't.
Copyright?
He has a video. He had some videos with his son, Kamala Jr. We might.
Yeah.
He had about 5 episodes of those. I'm probably about a third of his views. Like 1,000 views.
I watch a lot of his Kamala stuff.
There's one where he's like teaching his son like how to like hump a chair, which is really weird.
That's pushing
Mississippi. It's a cool place.
It's just
doesn't want him to learn it on the street.
you know that dirty say. Push and pull.
Push
it. You talking about that gym? Oh, I see no gym.
Oh my god!
I gotta watch that for old time's sake.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm a big fan of Kamala. I wish we would. I don't think we ever asked about push it and pull it on the show. We should have asked him.
Yeah, I remember that episode. That was a draw. I thought he was going to do it.
I asked him about his match he had with Bryan Danielson. So
did he remember?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, he was real good." That's what he said.
We asked Bryan Danielson about it too. I think.
Did we?
We had a real short interview with Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, it was. We did it in person.
Yeah,
at one of the conventions.
Yeah, he would have done it longer, but we were like in the hallway and stuff. And
he mentioned going to the strip club, which he was joking, and he was like, "I'm just joking." I don't think he was joking though.
How tall is he?
He's about my height.
Yeah,
Like,
about
he's
5'6".
He's about as tall as we are, which isn't that tall. So
that's crazy. Okay, I just wondered.
Do any of you remember?
Out in the hallway. Yeah. What was that?
Any of you remember Bryan Danielson's first appearance on WWE when he was wrestling 3 Minute Warning, and they were like jobbers. They were jobbers. Like it was him. And he was tagging with somebody else. Yeah, and then they gave him like when they. Yeah, I was like, oh man, it's jobber. It's jobber now, huh? Darn. And then when CM Punk was there, like
you know
that
what?
lady Julia,
you know what saved his career though. You know what saved his career?
That?
Because the Miz
mentored
him. The Miz mentored him.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I actually like the Miz. But it is kind of insane to think that's like what their big plan was. The Miz will mentor this guy.
Yeah, and they had Michael Cole calling him a dork and a nerd and everything.
Yeah, they did not want him to get over.
No.
So he won't be joining. He won't be joining the McMahon Federation.
Oh, I don't think so. No, I don't think he had any dildos named after him either.
No, probably the white midget or something.
Like a little flaccid one.
Yes.
You know what I can see McMahon starting?
Yeah.
I can see McMahon starting like that or an American version of this weird MMA show that goes on in Russia where they'll have like an old guy against like a short person and like 2 girls, 2 strippers against. Yeah, it's some weird MMA show in Russia where like a big 400-pound guy fights like a skinny dude, and I'll find it for you guys.
Maybe you'll start a new Power Slap show.
Yeah, Power Slap. I was doing
He was a
research
big
to make a
power slap.
video about Power Slap.
I'm going to power slap Jack.
Power
right there.
snap.
I mean, where do you have to be in life to want to be a Power Slap champion? It's like you're getting constant concussions. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
There he is with Jack and his boy. And you want to know why I didn't get in the hot tub? This is a good exhibit of why I didn't get in the hot tub.
Nice, man. Looks inviting. Look, the guy in the background looks like he's enjoying it.
Oh no, thank you. Like I thought Lexar was here with us. I just kept looking down and it's just Goosey with Lexar on his background. Like I pictured Lexar just standing by a ring. Alrighty. I think I gotta go. Something's going on upstairs. So,
All
right.
Well,
I'll talk to you
we're
guys
gonna
later.
head on out. We'll be back next week talking about some wrestling, talking about the good days, and the bad days, and all the fun times in the world of the wrestling.
See ya.
So until next week, I'm Jackie Jones. That was OIB. Did he leave? He must have left.
Yeah, he went bye bye.
All right. I don't know where that came from, but
What the hell? I had nothing to do with that.
Steven and Tazo. Yeah, I don't know where that came from.
And those onesies are, I did not steal them.
I should probably
They-
get rid of this before I do another show. Like if I record an interview and that just stays.
Leave it up.
Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I made that. That's
You
great.
did? Oh, I love it. I don't know. All right, so we're getting out of here. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the icon. Not this icon, not the internet icon, but that little bell icon. Join the Headyverse. Don't be a cheap bitch. Venmo Headyverse. Help support the show and share it out to your friends, your enemies, your loved ones, and I will love you forever. All right, let's get out of here.
Andre the Giant. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre could drink, and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre was great, he was not bad. A great big heart and a great big man. Andre was big, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was not small, no, no, no. Andre could drink and he could fight. Drink, 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 and a fight, fight, fight. Andre the Giant.
From Grenoble, France.
Boya! Ha!
Hello.
Hello, this is me all bright because I normally turn this off.
Have you seen the
Yeah, that's better. And then I normally will turn on different lights over here so it looks cool. Get some blue over here. Put some red over here.
Nice. I'm
Oh,
trying
you
to make
mix
my.
the lights up.
You have like
Oh, yeah.
LEDs and shit.
Yeah, I've got all these little lights.
Yeah.
If I turn this
Yeah, I
off,
just got the red stuff.
then
Got
we
the
can
red
do
shit
this.
going on.
Yeah, I'll balance it for the rest of the time.
We can
No
make-
hands.
The backbreaker.
Oh shit.
This will like give people seizures or something.
Yeah. Yeah, strobing. It's always a weird thing to put in your stuff. My stuff. I always consider it.
Kitty, 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 kitty.
Oh, all right. I gotta go pee. 'Cause I
What?
took a break all night. So we will be back next week. It's good to see everybody. Here's the post show. This little bonus if you stay throughout the credits. I just noticed
What in the world is going on down there?
I don't know. I just noticed that Coast is wearing his Lexar tee.
Oh, God.
Oh. Yeah, I can do that. Jake. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It kind of hurts my finger.
Ah!
I have no bones. I can do it all. Okay.
I need to stretch my arms
Need
or
the
something.
blue chew. All right, we out of here. Good night, everybody.
Bye.